a little bit, so I didn't know. I didn't know if you guys could hear me. Looks like we're on live.
Yeah. Yep.
So
See that? Yeah, I can hear you good. No problems at all.
what's that?
I said I can hear you good. No problems at all.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we've been updating our studio here, and
Okay.
so we've been messing around with different sound systems and stuff. You guys will see on the next couch chat that we did. We used
Gotcha.
a new sound system, but our camera is just shit,
Oh, okay.
So we try to plug it in our phone, but our phone can only accept one mic at a time, and so we
Gotcha.
were messing with it for a while. We ended up using my laptop, and the camera is not very good on my laptop. So I have
Okay.
a different camera I plug in the laptop, but I can't plug that microphone in because this camera has a microphone built in, so it cancels each
Gotcha.
other. So it was just a mess.
Yep.
So we ended up recording sound on the laptop and recording video on the telephone, on our cell phone.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, Sam said it would work, so we'll see how it comes out. What's up, Terry?
So
Terry's a new guy, everyone. I don't know if were you in our last meeting or no?
No.
No. So Terry's our newest brand ambassador. He came on a couple weeks ago now, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is this the guy with the cool last name?
What?
The cool last name?
Kessler. Kessler. Oh yeah, Kessler. What's up?
Hey, how's it going?
There's a bunch of
Oh,
Kesslers.
that's John Kessler.
John.
There we go. There he is.
So I know Sam said he was at church, so I think he put me as the host, and it just popped up. So he said he thought he could stream it. It looks like it is streaming live. So
I was gonna say, did you stream it up already? You going?
yeah, so meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. It says.
Uh-oh.
Danger.
What's up, YouTube?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see if anybody pops in. I don't know where the comments and stuff would pop in at, but we'll see. See what happens. So what's up? What's going on? Anything exciting? Nothing. Just waiting it out until we start season start kicking off here.
If the season starts here.
If it starts.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go catch up with Tyler.
You start on Monday, don't you, Brad?
Technically, we're supposed to start Monday, but we have a woods ban because there's a 7,000 hectare forest fire out here.
That's right.
So they prohibited everybody from going in the woods. Rumor is if you own private land, maybe you can hunt your own land. But other than that, if you don't have any land, you're shit out of luck, I guess. That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Can you change your Zoom view to gallery? There we go. There it is. So that's crazy then. So you just got to wait it out too then, huh, Brad?
Yeah, hopefully not too long. So I haven't even been able to put cameras out this year yet. So
really?
Nope. We've been about a month. We haven't been able to go in the woods. So
wow,
that's crazy. You've been fighting them too, right?
I think next week I'm going. We were supposed to go to Newfoundland, and then they decided not. So now we're waiting to go see if we fight this one next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh. Well, be safe if you have to go.
Do my best. It's pretty slow right now, so hopefully we'll just get in and mop it up and be done with it.
Gotcha. Just roast some marshmallows and get out of there, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, we don't start here. Well, we have youth hunt on the 10th of September. And typically I don't hunt the youth hunt because it's always 80, 90 degrees out. But we're in a cold spell right now. Like today was 68. So that's perfect. It was awesome. Yeah. And then it's supposed to, they're talking about it being another cold front coming through next weekend. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Do you guys have corn or beans up in your field right now?
Corn.
Corn. Gotcha.
Yep, it's still up right now. So I have 3 cameras on my property. I got 2 over here behind my house, and then I got 1 across the street over at Heather's dad's. and the one across the street is just on a food plot. And so I got batteries and stuff in that. I haven't been getting a ton of deer on it, even though the deer are there. When we go over there to eat, you see them walking around outside the garden and stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But I haven't changed the batteries in the one out here because I don't want to just get pictures of corn stalks just blowing in the breeze, you know? So
Right.
I'll probably do that. They usually cut the corn about the second or third week in September. So
Gotcha. Well, I was thinking about coming up there for that early doe season.
yeah, it's usually down by then. So
Okay.
and like I said, if it's not, we have across the street and go across the street.
Gotcha.
Because that's just, like I said, it's an open field. So
Gotcha.
Yep. I gotta get rid of some bees. I went to go put a solar panel on that one. I was walking down the trail and I saw some bees coming out of the ground, and man, there was a hole in the ground about that big.
Yeah.
I'm like, get out of here. I'm not even gonna mess with it.
Those ain't fun. Nope.
Yeah. So I've been running into a lot of bees lately.
Yeah.
John, what's going on in Colorado?
A little bit of rain. That's about it. Still
Oh,
hot, still dry. Fires all over the place.
Oh, really? You too, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha. When do you guys kick off you guys kick off elk in September, right?
Yeah, September 2nd. Well, archery antelope's been open for like 2 weeks now, mid-August. But archery, everything else kicks off September 2nd. And rifle bear season kicks off September 2nd. And some small game seasons kick off September 2nd.
It's all next week. Man. I wish. I know we have snow goose kicks off on Labor Day. So we can start, not snow goose, I'm sorry, Canadian geese. So geese hunting.
Yep.
There's
Labor Day.
we have a 9-day season here where I'm at that's like September 1st through the 9th that I might actually get to hunt this year because I'm not guiding elk hunters, so that'd be kind of cool.
Saving it for us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and Aiden was going to take us out, and I asked him about going out next week, and he's like, well, he said he usually doesn't even go out after honkers until about mid-September because he said he likes to go out and just kind of pattern them before he starts hunting them. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Yeah, we get them all over our cornfields once they cut the corn. So
Just take my shotgun when I go fly fishing, and if some happen to float down the river in front of me, then
yeah. I've had times where I've had field full of honkers out there when I'm walking out to go deer hunting, and I try to sneak up on them, but I think the closest I've ever gotten was like 70 yards away. But they're in such a tight pack. I always think, man, what if I just lob an arrow into the pack?
I scared the bejesus out of a guy last time I hunted this, or the last time I was able to hunt this. I busted out of the willows behind him holding a shotgun in one hand and a fly rod in the other. He's like, whoa, this river's getting dangerous. I'm like, you're good. I'm just hoping a goose floats by.
It's full contact fly fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Terry, what are you guys up to? Any hunting seasons, Terry, or no?
We don't start until the first weekend in October.
Okay. So shortly after when we can, like I said, we had youth hunt around the 10th. We have the early doe season on the 21st. But the in between is, like I said, it's goose and it's duck. So, but really it kicks off October 1st. And then we can hunt till like middle to end of January.
Yeah, Virginia, we can hunt till the first weekend in January. Then Tennessee, we've got a couple more weeks after January.
Gotcha. Yeah. So we go bow the 1st through the 14th of November, and then we basically go gun from the 15th of November till January.
That's pretty much how it is in Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, we have a muzzleloader season in December, but the state allows you to use whatever gun you want to use, basically. So there's really no muzzleloading season, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of stinks, but I mean, you get to choose whatever. Like here, where I hunt, you can use shotgun, you can use muzzleloader, you can use 350, you can use 450. You can't use a regular rifle though, and so a lot of times I'll take my muzzleloader out anyway. So. It's because it shoots pretty far. It's pretty powerful. I like shooting it. So, Michael, bear hunt. Didn't you go on a bear hunt?
What's that?
Did you go on your bear hunt?
No, me and Lawson are going. I'm trying to remember. I think it's the second week of October, maybe right before we go to New York.
I thought you guys went out already, so maybe I misunderstood. Maybe you guys were shooting and preparing.
Yeah, we he's going. It's a Lower West Virginia. I'm gonna go film for him, and if he get one pretty quickly, then maybe I'll be able to hunt a little bit. But we'll see.
I think he's out baling hay right now.
Yeah, that's what he said. I asked him if he was going to come on, and he said if he gets done in time, he'll jump on. So
Yeah, he said that he was going to try to hop on. Then he sent me a picture bailing. I'm like,
gotcha.
I feel your pain. At least it's
Yeah.
not middle of July.
Yeah, he's trying to get it done now. Monday, dove season starts here in West Virginia. So
Gotcha. How many of you guys dove hunt?
there's a good bit of us.
What about you guys? I know.
Yeah.
I know Tyler Wolf is a huge dove hunter. I think
Yeah, I'm
Chad
going
is a dove hunter.
I'm going
I
out
did
to Kansas over the weekend to hunt with Tyler.
You are?
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll head over
Labor
there.
Day weekend. He always says that Labor Day weekend is like the big
Yeah,
time.
that's his big thing. Yep. And I got a field over here by the house that I'll hunt in. But
Gotcha. We always try, but we're just so busy. It's crazy. So like Heather, so I think Heather works Friday and Saturday at the park. I get my first football game tomorrow night, so it's just tough because we got to be back by
just
Monday.
reffing or coaching?
What's that?
Are you reffing or coaching?
I'm reffing. I get my first game that I'm officiating tomorrow night. A varsity
Gotcha.
game. Yep. So before Labor Day, they move them up a day. So varsity plays on Thursday. Like JV started tonight. I didn't have a JV game tonight. So they move them up a day. So that's probably the reason why we're doing this on a Wednesday instead of Thursday, because I didn't know if I'd be able to jump on. So by the way, I think after tonight, we're just going to go right back to Thursday and just keep it on Thursdays. That seems to be the consensus from everybody. I know Sam jumped on, but Sam's not available. He jumped on just to allow us because he's the host, but he's not available. So it just makes it easier for everybody. I know I probably won't be able to get on next month because I'll have a football game. My football game will be getting done right around 9:00. So, but October I should be able to get on. So next month might be the only month I miss. But anyway, yeah. My point is we're going back to normal schedule. How's that?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it gets really, really busy. Have you guys got any, did you film anything for that hype video? So we got a folder out there for the hype video. We want to create like a hype video. I don't know if you guys remember.
That's right.
Kick off the hunting season in October. It's just putting content in the folder, and Sam's going to create, how football teams do their hype video stuff, so he was going to do something for fall session, like a hype video. So that would be kind of cool. I got to tell you about some video that was shared today. Kendra shared some video today. She was going after timber rattlers. She came across like 2 or 3 timber rattlers. And
Oh,
she's
my.
walking, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, you're freaking nuts. I went and messed around with timber rattlers.
Nope, I'll pass.
Yeah. So anyway, but it was a pretty cool video. So Bradley, what you looking at?
What am I looking at?
Yeah, you're looking down.
Oh, nothing. Just farting around answering.
He's checking
people
trail
while I can.
cams. Leave him alone.
I wish I was. I got none out right now. I wish I was. No, I'm just checking in on the group chat to see if there's any updates on when we leave. That's all.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
That's
Yeah, we
like,
gotta keep a pretty close eye. Could get a text now and say we're going in the morning, or we could get one and say we're going Monday. So
it's that quick, huh?
Yep. Yeah, as soon as our files are done and we're ready to go, it could be any minute.
That's crazy. It sounds like my week.
Yeah, it's dark here now, so probably won't be till Friday, I would say.
Gotcha. That sounds like my week. My program. I don't know if you guys know my program. I know Kes knows. I don't know if anybody else knows. Heather obviously knows. my program that I work in is a program for special education students who have been expelled. And so last year I had about 20 kids in my program, but my program is so fluid that I could have 20. The next day I could have 1 because either something happens, either they get reinstated, they get locked up, they get a number of different things could happen. So I started Monday was our first day with kids. I was supposed to have like 9, but I showed up to school and found out that 2 of them moved out of state and one of them just decided not to register and come to school. And I ended up with like 2 kids. and then all of a sudden I ended up with 2 kids. And then all of a sudden I had 2 more all of a sudden just show up to school. And when I have a meeting that were supposed to come last year, didn't come last year. And so, like I said, it's, you mentioned that you could be deployed anytime. It just reminded me of my week. Yesterday, for example, I'm in the middle of helping a kid with his classes. And all of a sudden I had a parent show up and want to meet to get their student enrolled in my program. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting this at all, but yeah, it just happens for the moment. Well, then also yesterday, all of a sudden, right at the end of the day, I had like 3 meetings. Hey, we got a meeting tomorrow at this time. So 3 meetings just pop up just like that, right? So yeah, it's just crazy, but keeps you entertained, keeps you busy, I guess, huh?
Yeah, some days.
So anyway, what else is new? Nothing?
Not really.
I got
No.
nothing.
No, I think this is that dreary time period where we're all just waiting on deer season to kick in.
Everybody's waiting on deer season.
Excitement over here.
Everybody's waiting on deer season. Everybody just got home from work.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Thinking, I got to work tomorrow. Actually, let's do this. John is looking at putting together elk hunt for us next year. By the way, Anthony's here. Before we get into that, I want to ask Anthony about that shot he made. I want to know how authentic that was. Did your wife actually shoot that thing, and you just after 25 tries, you're like, "Hey, wifey," and is that why you had the 2 different frames?
What 2 different frames?
Did you see it? You had you on top shooting, and then you had your target on the bottom.
Oh yeah, because I filmed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you film that with 2 different cameras?
Yeah.
Okay. Because Sam has been doing that actually with quite a few of you guys, and I forgot to ask. When I filmed mine, I think I had Heather just standing over my shoulder with the camera and zooming in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think what I did was I had her film me drawing, and when she said, "Okay, I got it," I held for a second until she zoomed in on the target, and then I shot.
Yeah, no, I used the GoPro down on the target and then my camera on my phone.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's pretty cool. I didn't think about that. I
hired somebody. Okay.
Yeah. What's that?
I hired someone.
Next trick shot is an apple on the head.
You may have to nag Tyler a little bit about doing this 1-shot challenge, because I asked him first. You were kind of a second option, Anthony. I'm sorry to tell you that.
I'm used to it.
You're gonna have to get after him a little bit if you want him to film it.
Did you see Andy's challenge?
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I seen a prelude to it.
Yeah, so Nick challenged Andy, and Andy's trick shot was going to be, he was going to try to take 2 honkers with his bow. That was his trick shot. He was going to go out goose hunting with his bow and try to shoot him out of the air. But he said the day he was going to film it, the day he had somebody there to film, it was so foggy that they sat there and they could hardly see. So he didn't think it was a good idea to start flinging arrows in the air.
Yeah. Well, he's still got to follow up on it. They posted it now. It's out there.
Still got to follow. Yeah, still got to.
We're just waiting.
He didn't really specify what he was going to do, though. He goes, "I'm going to do something different," but he didn't specify. He just called me and said, "Hey, here's what I was going to do," but it didn't pan out.
Why doesn't he just take a honker target and throw it in the air and shoot it?
Seriously, or a water balloon or something? That would be cool. Helium balloon. Yeah. Or
I think it's not good enough. He cut a whole turkey's head off.
Have somebody with a clay pigeon and fling it in the air.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be cool. You ever see? So sorry, John. I'll get to you in a sec.
You're good. No worries. No worries.
have you ever seen people? So I've seen people before taking clay pigeons and rolling them across the ground and shooting with their bow to practice hunting rabbits with their bow. Have you ever seen that?
Back in the day, I did that. I used to be really good. I could shoot rabbits on the run with my bow, and
Oh,
I
really?
just lost it. Oh, yeah.
That's what a shotgun's for, fellas.
Yep, I agree.
Bow was easier to use in my neighbor's backyard without getting busted.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, that makes sense.
You know what else is really easy with rabbits? Using steel shot. Rabbit doesn't last very long. it becomes instant fur hat. So I was out hunting with some buddies, and I didn't have just regular small game. All I had was like steel shot that we use for geese and stuff like that. I had a rabbit come in front of me, and I shot. All you could see was just fur. I'm like, yep, okay,
Nothing left.
nothing's left. I'm like, oh boy,
Full choke.
yeah.
So the very first shot I took with that bow, I'm like, let's see how close it is.
Huh?
My idiotic self decided to go from 20 yards instead of start a little closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I launched that thing right into the bottom of my wood. Destroyed a full metal jacket arrow.
Oh, jeez.
Ooh.
Jeez.
So,
Are those arrows are heavy, aren't they? Full metal jackets.
12.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I
you'll
shot
pay
a
for that.
and I got a lot of huge drop with the arrow.
Yeah, what's your arc like?
That's actually not bad. I'm shooting 73 pounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
What,
it's actually
broadhead?
not that bad.
It's like, yeah, that's 10 pounds more than me. And I remember when I shot the full metal jacket, it seemed like, okay, is it gonna hit? Is it gonna hit? Is it gonna hit? And all of a sudden I went, whoop. Like,
Well, I
yeah.
went from the 4 millimeters to the 5 millimeter.
Okay.
And I thought I read that the 4 millimeter was heavier for some
Okay.
reason, but it wasn't.
And I don't even know what I was shooting. I just heard that full metal jackets were good. I was testing a bunch of arrows one year, and so I tried full metal jacket. That's what I found with it. It seemed to be really heavy for my bow. So I'm like, yep, not gonna shoot that one. So
They're nice. They hit hard.
What about penetration? Do you get good penetration with them?
Yeah, I get pass throughs with them.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm shooting close to, I'm hovering right around 500 grains
Okay.
with everything. So I think just the arrow alone at 29 and a half inches, I'm 350, 360.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
What broadhead?
100 grain. I was shooting the Grizz tricks.
I'm not super knowledgeable about them. I'm just curious.
From
Slick
Slick
Trick.
Trick? From Slick Trick?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure what I'm going to shoot this year.
Are they expandables or 3-blade or?
No, fixed
No.
blade.
The fixed. I used Slick Trick for a few years. I actually used the heck did I use? My mind just went blank all of a sudden. I'll come back to that one. I can't think of they're one of the more popular ones. Rage. Sorry, there it is. So I used Rage and I used the mechanical 2-blade. And I've always had really good luck. Yeah, I've always had really good luck with that. It seemed like every time I hit a deer, it's just a massive blood trail. And even if I put a bad shot on a deer, it's still a ton of blood from. So that's why I like it. Slick Trick sometimes.
That one with
What Rage?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, the holes that the Rage makes are huge.
Oh, they're yeah.
Is that what you use too, Cass?
As long as no, I used to. I actually had a guy at my bow shop talk me out of those because I was getting huge cuts with a lot of them. But I had one that I caught a decent amount of bone, and I didn't get great penetration off of it. Hell of an entrance wound, but I didn't get but 4.5, 5 inches of penetration.
Oh,
and when I was talking to my guy about it, he was showing me the design difference between the hypodermic and then Schwacker.
Yeah.
And how hypodermic has a lot more, it's kind of a push versus pull thing. The Schwacker, as you enter through and hit bone, the broadhead is actually going to grab and pull itself through instead of trying to completely punch through it.
Really?
Like the hypodermic was going to be completely open, and you're hitting too much surface area
Right.
trying to penetrate that bone.
Right.
So yeah, there's a science behind it, but yeah, that's why I shoot Swacker now. It hadn't let me down yet. Now
Yeah,
I have no bad reviews about the hypodermics. They leave hell of blood trails, but
I'm
you
telling
catch
you,
bone and it may be a bad deal.
that's what I use, the hypodermic, the Rage hypodermic.
Yeah.
And
I still
yeah.
recovered that deer. I just didn't have great penetration. He ran for a good long while.
Gotcha.
And the buzzards got to him before I did.
So you follow the buzzards.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. Ironically enough, that was like a 4.5 hour trail job. And when we first walked out, I kind of looked up and I seen them, and I was like, that's where we ought to start, to be honest with you. And my pops was like, no, let's go back to where he shot. And I was like, I know, but I guarantee he's laying right there. Sure enough, 4 hours later, there he was. I was like, son.
Gotta listen to Pops.
So.
Yeah,
yeah, he knows a lot more than I give him credit for, I guess.
Michael and Terry, what do you guys shoot? Broadheads.
Swacker fixed blade.
Yes, Schweiker too.
The NAP Spitfire, it's expandable, not fixed blade.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. I shot 2 deer with them last year, and they didn't go 20, 25 yards. Complete pass through, big hole in them. So they work. They all work. You just got to find one that works for you. So
yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And so I used to originally I used to use Muzzy, the fixed blade Muzzy, the 4 fixed blade Muzzies.
Yep.
I love them. Absolutely love them. They're great broadhead. But for whatever reason, I had this stuck in my mind that with fixed, you're getting more air resistance because you have a wider arrow as it's flying through the air. You know what I mean? Wider surface as it's flying through the air, as opposed to with a fixed blade, it's just kind of like a dart going through. You know what I mean? And then it expands as it hits. And so, again, I don't know if there's any science behind that. It was just stuck in my head that way, and so that's why I went into the mechanical. And then when I switched from Muzzy to mechanical, I went right to Rage, and I had nothing but good luck with Rage. And like I said, the entrance holes and the blood trails and all that. And I thought, man, this is what I'm looking for in a broadhead. And so that's why I stuck with Rage. So I tried out Slick Trick for a bit. And so good broadhead, but it just, like you said, it wasn't a fit for me. So
I'm going to try Wasp this year, I think.
Are you? We have a new one that
yeah, the Wasp drones. My buddy's had really good success.
With Wasp.
My buddy had really good success.
Gotcha. Well, John, like I said, John is putting together, he's looking at an elk hunt. I mentioned this before, I think in our staff meeting, monthly meeting. So I don't know if you want to talk about it a little bit more, John, and what's kind of, I don't know if you've thought about it anymore. I know it's about a year out. So
yeah, I mean, it's super simple. There'd be like OTC tags, and if they're not OTC tags, you can either draw them or pick them up left over pretty easily. I'll know more about that in a while, but I mean, for the cost of travel and splitting an Airbnb, and if you get lucky, a processor and a taxidermist, public land, I mean, the success rate's not going to be real high, but should have some opportunity. It's a cool chance to see some late season elk if you want to do that.
Yeah, for sure. I know we looked into a couple of them, a couple elk hunts, but nothing's ever really panned out. Heather keeps telling me I need to go on one because I'm getting older. So this is not die. I was talking to one of my coworkers at the state park this year. I was telling him about COVID. When we were at COVID, no hair. I couldn't get my hair cut because nobody was open. So my hair grew a little bit longer than Anthony's there, and I could put it in a ponytail. And so he's like, you can put your hair in a ponytail. I'm like, yeah. So I showed him a picture that I had my hair in a ponytail. He's like, there's something different. I'm like, yeah, my hair's in a ponytail. He's like, no. I'm like, oh shit, look at my beard. My beard was not this light at all. I'm like, shit. I go, this all came on over the summer, by the way. But hey, John, Heather wants to hear about the cutthroat trout.
Yeah, we can make that happen next summer. I think
Yeah.
I'm going to go up to the lake that I'm thinking of on Saturday, actually. So I'll send you some pictures.
Yeah, for sure. That's like her dream to go cutthroat trout fishing. And we
Yeah.
actually talked about going to Colorado next summer too, didn't we, Heather? She's muted. We've left her speechless. Finally. Been trying.
What unit's at?
I've been trying for 22
John?
years. Finally got her speechless.
Okay.
It would be
Audrey,
either
trouble.
54 or 55.
Anthony's thinking about something.
Is that second? Is it what season? Second rifle?
Third would be
Third.
my go-to.
So like
Second.
what type of date is that for
That
third?
would be like
That's like middle of November.
second week in November, which I know isn't ideal for, archery.
Right.
That's a little past whitetail rut, isn't it? Like peak
No,
rut.
No, that's
Is it-
right. Well,
not really.
rut is probably like November 1st through about the 20th, I would say, anywhere in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but second, we could do second. It's just not as for the last 2 years during third, I've been able to find elk every day. It's just getting in close enough to kill them and doing it because they get down low to town and you're kind of like dodging between private and public, and the elk know what's private and what's public, and you just got to play other hunters and play.
So they sit there by the pool, sipping on a hot toddy.
Yeah.
flipping
Whereas second rifle it's a little bit more unpredictable because if it's still warm, they could be way up high. If it's cold, they could be down low, but you really don't know. But you're pretty much guaranteed to have them pretty close to town by third. So
it gets trickier just because of the obstacles.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Does Colorado still have over the counter?
Oh yeah. Yep. Rifle seasons. They got rid of OTC archery, but rifle tags.
But you said you can use a bow during
Yeah, so it's being a rifle tag, you can use a lesser weapon. So if you wanted to use a bow or a muzzle loader, you can. And it would be a challenge for sure, but in the right scenario, you could do it. Those bulls kind of start to split from the bigger herds. And so you can always find bulls in the herds, which with a rifle, if you time it right and they're crossing public or whatever, you can get a good shot, or you can go spend the time glassing and try and find those bachelor groups. And if you find one and it beds, you can spend all day just sneaking up on them.
That'd be fun. That'd be cool. I had to check something. In fact, I checked this, but I'm sure it popped up in the live stream and I didn't think about that. But I didn't know if somebody had sent a message, so I was checking to see if anybody sent a message. I know Sam did when he told me to expand my screen a little bit. But
Samuel.
What's that?
Samuel.
Yeah. He's not. He said perfect. Thanks. Yeah. So I was just checking to see if any, because I don't know how many people are actually watching. If people are watching and they want to ask us something, feel free.
We live.
We're live. We are live.
You're
Yeah.
live, buddy.
Good thing I didn't say nothing stupid.
No, we got to see the glare off your head for the last half hour.
You're welcome.
Shine bright like a diamond, Anthony.
That's right. So I did talk to Sam too about, because we're starting this with couch chats now, like audience participation, where I throw a question out. So the question that I posed before this last couch chat was, "Where's your top vacation spot?" The thing is, when Heather and I put it out on our Facebook, it only goes to our friends, right? And so what I would like to see is it not only go to our friends, but go to our fall obsession audience as well, so they can interact. So I have, as we get into hunting season, we'll ask some like specific hunting questions. What's your top what state to hunt in, what's your top species, or whatever the case may be. I'll probably stay away from what's your top product, because we have our partners that we have, and I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, and you know what I mean. So, but yeah, we'll see. It's just a fun thing that we're trying to do to entertain a little bit. So
My top vacation spots wherever my wife tells me it is.
I think I mentioned that in the couch chat.
Yeah.
Others wherever there's something to hunt. Yep.
Yep.
I'm with that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many vacations we've gone on because we were on hunts, or I'd find a hunt and go on one. We went to Alabama over Christmas break for New Year's one time, and we were down there trying to find things to do, and it was actually Gulf Shores, and actually it was a really cool trip. But at one point I'm like, hey, I found a hog hunt up in northern Alabama. So I ended up driving up north and going on a hog hunt up in northern Alabama.
Would you kill one?
No, I didn't. I had a bunch of deer. Well, in Alabama too, it's one of those where you buy a big game license, you can shoot a buck, a doe, or a hog. So any of them. And I had an opportunity to shoot a doe, but I was thinking I'm there for a hog. I can shoot a doe in my backyard.
Right.
Really wanted to shoot a hog. I had a group coming in. You could hear them squealing, but they never popped out. I had a bobcat literally right next to my blind that was hissing and making all kinds of noise at me. So that was kind of cool.
At least it wasn't a zebra.
No.
That one still gets to me, dude.
Not a zebra.
I never knew that until y'all told me about it.
And you've seen it, right? You've seen the video and stuff?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I went back and looked at it. I was like, oh my gosh. Andy's face was hysterical.
Dude, so one of the things that I've thought about is going down to, because I see this all the time on Facebook, where they're offering different types of hunts in Texas. They do like Aoudad hunts. They do like javelina hunts and stuff like that. I thought, man, how cool would that be to go down and shoot a couple javelina with your bow?
Yeah.
I'm all about the Aoudad and javelina.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? No, the Aoudad too, yeah. Was it Onyx? Oryx?
Oryx.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them that keep popping up. Lots of fallow deer keep popping up as well. Axis deer. Axis deer are native to Hawaii, and they're actually considered a nuisance species.
They're not native to Hawaii. They're native to India, but they are a nuisance in Hawaii.
Yeah. And so you can go there and you can hunt. When I checked it out, it was like relatively cheap. Obviously,
it's not super expensive, and it's like light them up. You can shoot however many you want.
Right.
Road trip.
That's what I said to Sam because I was talking to Sam online when we heard about it. And we're like, sounds like a fall obsession hunt road trip.
We can all sit around a fire wearing leis.
Yeah, sit around a volcano.
Yep.
And good luck getting there with the road.
What's that?
I said good luck getting there by road.
Anything's possible.
Just got to drive really fast in your hydroplane.
Maybe with Anthony's driving, we'd be all right. Michael, you're in for a trip when you get up there to New York, bud.
Speaking of that, I thought of a question to ask the audience, but I didn't ask you guys first. With hunting season coming up, favorite tree stand treat. So favorite tree stand food.
Oh, we know Anthony already. He likes that big old meat stick, son.
Big old fatty meat stick. Salty, full of protein.
Or the little Christmas tree cakes, or oatmeal pies.
As long as I
oatmeal cream pies.
Yeah, those are good. Those are so good.
Cosmic brownies.
Yeah. I had. Oh, great! Puppies are coming. You guys need to leave.
I'm out all day. Nothing beats a good old sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Yep.
No, like leftover turkey during rifle season.
Oh, you gotcha.
Yeah.
Out. You guys get out. Out. My dogs are attacking me, so I'm trying to get them out of here.
I can never make my food last past the first hour and a half, so I usually don't bother.
It's hard.
It's gone before you get to the field, huh?
Pretty
soon
much, yeah.
as soon as it gets in your head, you just can't get it back out until it's gone.
Oh yeah.
I think
I
you guys.
wish Fall Obsession had a Snapchat so we could post little stupid videos of us eating all our snacks in the tree stand.
That would be content right there. Just a
Yeah,
little
for
group
sure.
chat.
Hey, maybe that'll be one of our projects for this fall.
There
Send
you
your
go.
favorite
Boys,
video eating in the stand.
boys, you don't stand a chance.
Anthony's gonna pull out a whole bouquet.
I don't think.
I'll go put a tree stand out in my backyard and just sit there.
The barbecue.
Yeah. Today's episode of being fat,
In with Anthony.
Hey, fat and happy.
fat and happy.
You forgot the second keyword there.
Dude, there's
So-
still a bunch of tags left over for the limited draw out there.
In Colorado?
Yeah.
What unit?
Stop.
It's like mixtures. So
Yeah, there's
for-
some units that are private, like have a lot of private land, and there's always leftover tags because nobody can hunt that private land.
Yeah.
So EF, that's elk female, right?
Yep.
682 V1A.
Yeah, that's private land tag, I
Because
think.
that's a non-resident only. There's 10 available.
Yeah.
And that's archery.
Yeah, I think that's a 681. Hang on. That's not
682
that
and
far from my.
791.
That's actually just down the road from me, like an hour and a half away. But
Down the road for real.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
there's-
hour and a half is just down the road out in these parts.
They're different out there and out west.
Aspen,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the famous Aspen, Colorado, straight line is less than 60 miles. Takes me 5.5 hours by road to get there.
Holy hell.
That's
That's
crazy.
ridiculous.
I thought I lived in the boonies.
I can get
The next biggest town to the west is 60 miles away. An hour away to the east is the same.
I can get to Kess and Anthony's in about that time.
Yeah.
Almost to Terry's. I get to
5.5 hours.
What's that?
It's about 5.5 hours.
5.5 hours. I bet Anthony's probably about the same for me.
Yeah, probably.
Pennsylvania. Terry, you're probably more middle of Tennessee, aren't you?
No, I'm Eastern.
Oh, you're Eastern. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so it would take us about 5 or 6 hours to get to Nashville.
That takes me 5.5, 6 hours to get to Nashville.
Oh, does it really?
Out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so
You say you hunted Virginia too,
Yeah.
but you're Tennessee resident?
Yeah, I've got my lifetime Virginia license.
Gotcha.
And Nashville is pretty much straight due south from us.
Yeah.
We go right through Nashville when we go to Gulf Shores for spring break.
John, how far are you away from Unit 521?
Not that far.
Another words, like 3 hours.
Yeah.
But that's only 15 mile straight line distance.
Yeah, 521's the other side of Kebler Pass. I mean, I could be there in 45 minutes, an hour.
Oh shit, I'm good. So I just got presented an opportunity the other day, and I actually took them up on it for second rifle out there next year.
Oh, sweet.
So they needed another guy, and they had a group that dropped out. So I wasn't sure what was going on with here, so I took advantage of it.
Heck yeah.
So, second rifle next year, I'll be out that way.
In Colorado.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So 521's a pretty big area. It's almost 20,000 acres.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to have to pick your brain a little bit.
I don't know it super well, but there's a crap load of public land in there. So take your pick.
So I would imagine you get a tag for that area. You can only hunt that area, right?
Yeah, well, if you're doing second rifle, I think 521's an OTC unit. Are you gonna put in, is it a draw tag, or I think it's
No,
OTC?
no, I think it's OTC.
Yeah, so if you get the OTC tag, you can hunt all the OTC units that are valid in the state, which a couple dozen, I think.
Now
Is your hold on.
is that any rifle?
6mm or bigger.
No, I'm talking any rifle season, like
No, during second rifle, but you can hunt all the units.
Right.
Yeah, let me double check that.
Would that be your unit too, John? So let's say Anthony went second rifle and got skunked. Would he be able to come back and hunt your unit?
Yeah, no, because his tag would only be good for second rifle season, and if we're putting together a group for third, then he cannot come back and hunt with us, and he wouldn't be able to get another tag. Oh yeah, there's like
Gotcha.
close to 40 units probably that are valid for second and third OTC bull tags.
So if I bought a tag for second rifle, I can't buy a tag for third rifle either.
Nope, you're allowed one A-list tag per species.
Wow.
You better make it happen. First go round.
I guess I
How good of a
better.
shot are you?
I guess I better turn into a Yeti and just live out there.
Get a bear tag too. There's a boatload of bears over on that side.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
Are they
There's
in
a
the same time?
bunch. Yeah. Yep. You can get a bear tag, and honestly, the bear tag's valid for more seasons than the elk tag is. But there's a bunch of fruit orchards over by Paonia in that unit.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on where you're at, if you're near the fruit orchards, there's always bears around.
Interesting. Is that Lawson on the tractor? Or is he headed home?
I finally got service and I'm headed towards the house. So it's still a little dark.
Yeah, a little bit. You got all the hay done though, huh?
What's that?
You got all the hay cut though, huh?
Well, we got to rake finish up tomorrow, but we got what we could today.
Gotcha.
Basically all weeds now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a big spring field, so you got to wait till it dries up, and then it gets dry, and then you get behind pretty quick.
Yeah, sure. Is this your second cutting, third cutting?
On this particular field, it's the first cut.
First cut. There's a lot of weeds.
Yeah, we got so much rain early on that I didn't think we would actually dry out. Now we're in a drought.
Interesting. Yeah, we're starting to get more rain. We're still kind of in a drought, but we're starting to get more.
Yeah.
But man, with the drought, like the corn looks like it's ready to cut right now. I'm just waiting. Like I said, they usually do it second week of September, but it looks like it's ready to be cut right now. So who knows?
Yeah, I just picked my kids up, and one of the farmers I dove hunt on, which comes in Monday for us.
Yeah.
He just told me he got almost all of his corn chopped already, which is way early for him. Seems like he's usually chopping plumb into December.
Wow.
Gotcha. So maybe in New York, when we go to New York, maybe that farmer will have the corn cut, huh?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
it laughs.
Hey, you wish in one hand, buddy.
Oh, hi Ryan, you're back.
They summoned him now.
Sorry, I had a phone call. Yeah, no, I would love for it to be cut. I mean, it kind of went in late this year though, only because we had so much rain in May. We were like swamped. So the fields were like late. So I think he got it in like the first week of June, maybe even the second. So it's 5.5 foot tall, but normally it's, 8 foot by now.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so he just uses it to feed his cattle anyway. So,
Gotcha.
It probably doesn't help where Todd is taking a piss in the field either. Probably ain't growing real good there.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, Todd, I got blackmail pictures.
Or it could be that one corn stalk that goes all the way up.
yeah, we've definitely got some big ones moving through. But they've kind of been ghost like the last week. I've seen a lot of weird activity, a lot of weird things that I normally don't see. I'm seeing bucks with does. I'm seeing little bucks chase does around. I mean,
it's like rutting activity.
yeah, it's I don't understand. Maybe it's just their inner circle there that they run around. I get they do the playful stuff but normally I'm seeing it's to the point where I'm not seeing full-fledged bachelor groups. I'm having straggler bucks come through like
already.
Yeah, like it's like they're looking for does. It's astronomically crazy.
Interesting you brought that up because I just wrote a thing, I think it was yesterday, I sent it to Andy and Tyler, that the migration is already happening south. So they said that this is really, really early for the migration to be occurring. And so, maybe things are going to happen a lot earlier this year.
Well, it makes me think that the rut might, kick off earlier, which is not good for us if we move the trip date out to November. But
right.
I mean, it's usually the same time every year. But like I said, it's just weird activity that I'm seeing. Like, they're coming to the scrapes like crazy. Like the does are really like coming to the scrapes. Like it's like, I don't know, super important. Like I put a brand new scrape out yesterday, put the stuff just right, wham, they were on it like white on rice. I'm like, this is weird. Like, just I've never had it like so much. I don't know. Maybe I'm still learning. But 30 years, I thought I've seen it all. And it's just I've never seen this type of has anybody ever seen this type of activity?
It's not unusual to see a little bit the first week where you see a few bucks. I've seen bucks like bumping does the first week of bow season even, but that was just kind of unusual. It wasn't the common thing. It was just kind of here and there, but I don't think I've ever seen one this early. I mean, shoot, deer still are in velvet, right?
Yeah, like usually their testosterone is not even,
right.
Yeah. I'm seeing some smaller bucks. I'm getting on camera this past week. They're hanging out with does more. Usually they were by themselves. Now they're just not like grouped up, but just hanging around the does more frequently, I guess you could say, because you can see it. I mean, it's usually like 3 bucks come in, run the does out or whatever. The does are in there eating them. Now they're all just like co-mingling together, it's kind of weird this early on.
That's the best word that I should have used is co-mingling. They're like hanging out. And I'm like, what is happening? What you're supposed to be with the other bucks? Everybody velvet. Like what's going on? I don't know. Maybe
do you notice any like younger does being with the bucks, or is it just kind of all in general mature too?
Well, it's all in general. Like I'm seeing it's weird because like the other morning I had the mom and her 2 or 3 fawns come into the field and eat, and this buck came in and like ran them off.
Like he was like checking to see if they're in heat, right?
Yeah, and then the 2 fawns took off, and then the mom ran in circles a couple times based on what they did with the camera, and then I'm like, okay, and then the fawns were gone, and then I seen him go up like toward the tree line, and then the mom popped back out from behind the camera. So I was like, wait a minute, like why is he like doing like it's just really weird activity. It's something I want to pay attention to because, like you said, the migration, and he's seeing it also, Michael. So I don't know. Like I've never really.
It's pretty odd. It is.
I was just wondering because they say like a yearling doe won't have their heat cycle till say they get to a certain body weight, no matter what time of year it is. And a few years back, we had a really late fawn setting, and I was seeing fawns being born like 1st of April, which I've never seen babies 1st of April around here.
Really?
So the craziest thing was when I went on the snow goose hunt with Andy in April. So it was early April. just before spring break, he and I came across some deer that still had their horns. So they didn't even drop their antlers till late. And I had some hard horns still probably around March here on my cameras, which is really late for here. They're usually dropping, I would say second week of February, they start dropping. But last year they were holding on to their antlers, which again, if they drop them that late and they're able to regrow them, I'm wondering if everything's going to be a little early. If things are kicking off, and just really odd, like you said, Ryan. Nature's odd all of a sudden.
It makes me start to rethink the whole process that I learned 30 years ago. Like when they talk about this is the times of years that everything happens and blah blah blah. Well, they never talked about stuff like this, so
Right.
I don't understand. Like there's no like guideline for it. Like there's no like this is how it's supposed to be, or you know what I'm saying? Like you were always taught, hey, this is the rut time. This is what they do when their testosterone rises, when they come out of velvet. There's like this whole process, and it happens every year. But
Yeah.
these last
Well, the weather's different every year. I think the rut's changed from 20 years ago to now. It's not as late as what they think. I think deer are rutting way earlier because the weather's changed. The winters aren't as bad. The summers are way hotter than they used to be. Everything's changing. I think it's weird.
So with that being said, is there an evolution taking place? Is it, deer are starting to go into rut sooner, and instead of only having a couple cycles, maybe they have 3 or 4 cycles. You know what I mean? I wonder. That's a good.
Do you think it could be similar to like what happened in North and South Dakota with the pheasants, where they call it the pheasant effect? Once they realized they were getting pressure when they flew, they get shot, so they ran. They evolved to that. Do you think they notice, as a population, there's heavier pressure, say in your typical November?
Yeah.
So they're evolutionizing. There's not near as many bow hunters as there is gun hunters.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good point too.
It's definitely possible, because also, like I noticed last year, the rut died off and everything kind of went back to normal during gun season. And then, right at the end of gun season, some of the young ones must have came into heat, because I was getting some of the blood on the snow, and I could see. And then that's when the super big ones showed up. And they were chasing right through like January, because I had them on camera, and we have that extra week in January. So it was really weird. And I'm like, I didn't have a muzzle loader, so I bought one this year, but I was like, if I had a muzzle loader, one of them I could have got one of them. But yeah, like the super big guys, they showed up way late too. It was weird. It was just like the last 2 years I've been noticing these things, and I'm like, why are they? And the bucks aren't even bachelored up. Like
no,
and they haven't been for like 3 or 4 weeks. Like they just broke off. And when I see a big buck, he's just by himself, and I'm like, this isn't even making sense. Like, so like you said, it could be the weather, but I'm trying to figure it out. Like, hey, they didn't talk about this 25 years ago. So what's going on? I do think there's like 3 or 4 different cycles they're having. It has to be. And I don't think we're ever going to know, unless the problem with the data, I think, is most of it is in captivity. So they're just they don't have the pressure as, unless they're collared and GPSed and all that. But so I don't know. It's just something to keep an eye on. Maybe we're the first ones to talk about it, but it'd be nice to collaborate with some other teams and start asking, like, are you seeing?
It'd be cool if other people jumped on and started chiming in and asking questions. And maybe, this being the first live stream, maybe it'll catch on here. We don't know. But I was going to say too, like I said, I have the one camera out, and I was getting a fair amount of deer on my camera. The last time I've seen a group of deer, there were, I don't know, 10 to 15 deer out behind where my stand is, out in the garden, on my father-in-law's garden. And there were probably 10 bucks, and all of them they were monsters. And so they were bachelored up then. And that was probably about a month ago, maybe even before that. But I haven't seen, like you said, I haven't seen bucks together since that time. Even on my cameras, I get a single buck, or like you said, a doe cruising through, then you get a couple bucks or a buck or whatever. You know, I haven't seen the bachelor groups, and maybe it'll be different once we get out in the woods every day and we start seeing them consistently. But yeah, I haven't seen it on camera. I haven't seen, like you said, I haven't seen bucks together since that time. Even on my cameras, I get a single buck, you know, or like you said, a doe. You guys do that?
Yeah.
I'm not even moving my lips. It's a new trick I learned.
That ain't a new trick.
No, I don't know. It's just a good point to talk about. It really is, because I'm that guy, man. I like to pay attention to what they're doing, and like when they throw me a curveball, I start to sit back and I'm just like, okay, well,
what's going on, right?
yeah, like what's happening here? It doesn't jive. It doesn't make sense. Like, because you always try to set up your plan. Like, it's like the guy, you know, it's like you in the morning. Okay, well, the buck is showing up at 7 a.m., which means I got to be in the tree stand at, 5:45 a.m., which means I got to be up at like, at the trailhead at 4:30 a.m. So I have to get up at 3 a.m. So you're planning this whole thing out. So I do that with my season. Like, hey, this is what they're doing, where they're going, how they're doing it, and I just sit back and wait. Well, when that is changed, I'm like, all right, well, something threw me off, and I'm just I don't have an answer for it. But I'd like that. That'd be a good question for like a biologist. In my opinion.
That would be really, really cool if we had a biologist who was willing to donate some time and talk about that on something like this. You know what I mean? That would be super cool.
And one that, like Ryan said, that studied deer outside of captivity.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm a big follower of Tory Cook with MFK, and he has all those coyotes, but they're all free range.
Mm-hmm.
There's several people that record from live coyotes, but they're under captivity. And he says, you miss all these different sounds that a coyote will naturally made that they just don't make in captivity, separation. And, if you got 100 deer in a fence that they can't separate, you're not going to see the processes of rut or, the bachelor separation or.
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, because you really can't blame it on pressure. There's no pressure right now. Maybe like he said, evolution, they understood that there's pressure, and for their babies to survive, they are evolving, because let's face it, every time, the way I look at this is everybody says, you shoot your does and blah, 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 and you do this and do that. Well, you're shooting all the impregnated does that should be having the fawns to carry on the genes and everything else. But then late season, everybody's taking out every doe that they see.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, it's weird. It's just.
So a couple weeks ago, my daughter and I went up to our cabin up north here, and there's an elk farm right down the road from our cabin. So we decided to go check out the elk and get some elk burgers and stuff like that. And they were telling us on the elk farm, because they're in captivity, that they identify the two breeder bulls, and they put them in their own pens, and all the other bulls are separated. You have the yearling bulls in one pen, a bunch of them. And then you have old mature bulls in another pen. The mature bulls, they said they were gonna cut the antlers off. They were in velvet at the time. They were actually shedding the velvet, but they said end of August they cut the antlers off because they don't want them to gore each other during their rut. And so, to what you guys were talking about, it's just not a realistic way to collect data. You know what I mean? Because during the rut, they take all the cows to the breeder pens, which are two single bulls. That's it.
It's not that far off.
It's not that far off.
No, every herd's got one herd bull and a few satellites. And the satellites get a few bred, but one bull does the bulk of the breeding for however many cows he pulls up. And most of the bulls that I've skinned out in the last few years have had holes in them from other elk antlers.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You'll be skinning up part of the leg, and looks like a bullet hole, and it's yay deep, and it's where an antler went in.
That's interesting. I guess my thought was, I wonder if they do the same in deer pen, whitetail deer pen. You know what I mean? They get a couple of breeder bucks, and then they separate the rest of the bucks. So if we're looking for bachelor groups, of course, you get a bachelor group in that pen that are all yearlings or 1.5-year-olds, and you get a bachelor group in that pen that are all 3-4 year olds. How can we collect data from that standpoint? And so
Yeah, I think elk and whitetails are just so different in their behavior that
Mhm.
yeah, it's hard to quantify because like elk late season, I could see a herd of 400 animals. You're never going to see 400 whitetail together anywhere. Like that's just not a thing.
So
Elk are
third rifle season, 400 out.
Yeah, wouldn't be impossible.
Yeah, I think you convinced me. The only thing I know about elk is they taste good. I've got a big spot on my wall that I've been saving for an elk for.
There we
since
go.
I'm
There we
built.
go.
Like Heather, we can't put anything right there because that's where the elk's going.
Well, we'll figure it out so you can save your points and hunt a really decent unit or a decent season archery maybe down the line. But we could break the ice with a elk hunt next fall.
So why did you choose those 2 units? Are they just the closest to you? Because I did research on them, and
I can see 54 right here, and I can see 55 right here.
oh, okay. I was just wondering, is there anything like closer or not closer? I should say
Like in your lap.
that
I'm listening to John's lap and just hunt.
that is like a better unit, maybe 30 minutes away.
As far as no, like 54 goes 20 miles, 30 miles that way. 55 goes 10 miles that way, and then you hit 551, which we could also hunt. The 2 units to the south are all draw. No, if you wanted, and there's no better OTC units. If it's an OTC unit, you're going to get the same quality of elk pretty much wherever you're at in Colorado.
So are you allowed to use, like, obviously this is state game lands. Are you allowed to use like ATVs, or are you packing everything and packing everything out?
Depends on where you're at, but if you can get if the trail's relatively close or the road's relatively close, yeah, you can ride a 4-wheeler pretty close or back your truck up to it. And if we have a decent crew, it's if somebody gets one down, everybody piles in and we pack it out in an hour. It would take no effort.
You told me earlier that if we're hunting 55 and 54, they're right next to your house, to bring our wives or significant others. They're going to hang out in the house. And as soon as we shoot one, we send them out while we celebrate.
They can go drink coffee in Crested Butte, and then when we kill something, we call them and they come pack it out.
Yeah, not so much.
Now, is this late season? Is it archery? I missed that, or is it?
Can be.
It can be. So in Colorado, you can hunt with. So if it's a rifle season, you can hunt with a lesser weapon. You could use a muzzleloader. You could use a bow if you wanted. You could use a crossbow if you wanted.
No, I don't want. That's hard enough. It's hard enough to get an elk as it is. I was hoping it was gun.
If you've got a rifle and if you can shoot 400 yards reasonably, there's an okay chance at finding something and killing it.
Dawn, so if you get an OTC tag, you can still put in for points, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
you would put in for points like you would the regular draw, and then you buy that OTC tag either online or when you get to the state.
Okay.
You have me pretty convinced, John.
When are they getting rid of the preference points? I heard they were like 27 or 28. The preference points were going away.
They're not. So we'll still have preference points, but they'll take 2 groups of tags. So if there's 10 tags in a unit, 100 tags, whatever, if you've got 100 tags, 50 of them for each, if there's 100 tags for first rifle season, 50 of those tags go into a random lottery.
You froze us, John. Or is that my internet?
Well, you ran out of internet.
You froze up. We're all good.
Okay. He froze up, right?
Yeah, there's my internet.
Yeah,
I'm back.
random lottery. He's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm back.
They shut you down, John.
Dude, I'm getting, what is it, shadow banned by the government. Anyway, they'll take half those tags and put them in a random lottery, and then half still go by preference point.
Yeah, you have me pretty convinced. I'm definitely I think that's my big hunt next year.
Cool. And you can, if you want to drive, you can drive. Otherwise, you can fly right into town and we can pick you up.
The only issue, yes, flying, yes. But if we get something, then we got to try to haul it back on a plane.
Yeah.
It's actually not that bad. If you meet up with the group of guys and drive, you can drive straight through and just alternate.
Yeah, if you've got, if some of you guys drive and some of you fly, you just figure out how to meet ship at home with the guys that are driving. You might not get all your tenderloins back to Minnesota or
Dude, just do
wherever,
like my
but,
buddies do. They haul a trailer down with a freezer and they get it cold and they freeze it while they're there, and then they haul it home with a generator running on the trailer.
Yep.
When we went out to British Columbia, we had a trailer, and we put our meat. They flash froze it for us, and it lasted 3 days in just good coolers with dry ice.
I did that same thing when I went on my goat hunt out in Wyoming, antelope hunt. Shot it. I flew out there, and I brought my bow, so flying with the bow was a lot easier. And I shot my antelope with my bow, but they flash froze it. And like you said, oh my gosh, it's so frozen that it took a couple days of thawing just to get it to a point where you could cook it.
Yeah. So, I mean, you can get it across, and I think from Pennsylvania to the area that we were looking at is what was it, 24-hour drive.
Okay.
All right.
So I mean, you have 4 guys in a vehicle,
Split it up.
Yeah,
about 3 hours apiece.
Yeah, I mean, alternate every couple hours and stay fresh, sleep when you need to, and just keep rolling.
Because I would, so again, just thinking through my schedule, I could take 3 personal days. So I take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, my personal days. And then I'd probably take Thursday and Friday unpaid. But I could leave that Friday before, start making our way Friday or whatever we decide as a group. But I would be available to leave that Friday right after school and then get there by probably Saturday or Sunday and then be able to hunt Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday the following week, and then come home the weekend.
Yeah, let me find the exact season dates real quick.
The other thought is too, if I flew and did that, I could fly out Friday right after school, get there Friday evening, and then hunt Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, leave Sunday, and come home. So like 9 days.
2026 third rifle is 7th through the 15th of November.
Okay.
Which is, oh no, that's 2027. Is Monday through the following Tuesday.
That would be cool. 8 days.
Yep.
So you'd almost be better off to drive. So you can drive through that weekend because you wouldn't be able to start hunting until that Monday.
Yeah. So we could drive through. So we wouldn't have to take off until that Saturday. We could take our time going out there instead of, hustling.
Yeah, you can take Saturday, Sunday to get out here. Sunday evening, you get settled into the Airbnb, and we go try and schwack something on Monday morning.
Don't forget, when you get out there, your altitude and everything's going to be changing. So you're going to have to, you want to give yourself time that Sunday to zero your rifles and make sure that they're in, because that plays a big factor when you get out there.
Yeah. So yeah, you got me sold, John.
So what's the highest that you like hike? Like, I know it's mountainous, right? In some of those regions.
I mean, during archery season, I've been at 12,500, almost 13,000 feet.
Oh. Buddy looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, you could count me out on that one.
Well, for this late rifle, I can see the hill that I want to be on. So 8,000 feet, not too bad. still higher than anything y'all are at, but
Oh yeah.
My highest is 2,000.
yeah, the bottom of my wellhead is still 3,000 feet above your house. Not even. It's way more than that. I think
So
my
with that
wellhead's
being
only.
said, now for you guys that are going, now is the time that you want to start conditioning for that.
Oh.
Yep.
You want to talk about that?
Except for you, Todd. You're in peak physical fitness.
Oh, okay.
He'll be calling Uber. Hey, come pick me up.
Yeah. God damn it. Hurry it
Hey,
up.
I can attest to that from the bear hunt.
Yeah,
Let Todd
you'll.
have surgery.
Oh yeah. They have to do driving. I just had surgery though, do I?
Is the
No,
late?
that's what I said,
I
just don't
joined
let
pretty
Todd
late.
have
Is
surgery the
the
week
late
before.
season over the counter? Is it either sex?
Bull only.
Bull only.
Because you gotta
I'm just saying a cow eats just as good as a bull.
If you had, dude, if you have the points, I think it's one, maybe two, and you could get a cow tag for third rifle. That would be dang near a gimme
to get an opportunity, right?
When you
on a
say
cow.
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
say, give me how far are you hiking? Like I know it's up to 8,000. Like, are you parking a car, walking 3 miles, and
Last year, I sat on this ridge that was watching this patch of private property that the elk were coming in and out of, and kind of like they'd cross this corner of public that I'd have an opportunity at. I sat on this ridge, was probably a mile and a half away from the elk, 3 miles by road. I waited until I saw them coming out of the timber, jumped in the truck. We drove around, parked on the road directly below them, and it was a 440-yard dash to the corner to have a shot. And had I had a cow tag, I could have killed 6 cows. The bull never gave me an opportunity. He was either body blocked by cows or it was like right on last light. So just
Do you
didn't
still
happen.
in Colorado? Do you still buy the small game tags to get your preference points in January?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that starts, what is it, March or April?
Yeah. March is when the draw opens.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
y'all have mule deer too, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
And
Now these
that's draw as well, right?
What's that? Oh yeah, and these units are tough for non-residents. We have really decent mule deer here. Our elk are kind of. I mean, there's some, especially in the OTC units, you can find big bulls, but they're few and far between. But we have pretty quality mule deer, and it takes a little while to get a tag. And by a little while, I mean like for a third rifle mule deer tag, it'd be like, or for a non-resident, you're looking at 15 to 18 points. So.
But what about if you went with like an outfitter?
Yeah, if you go with an outfitter and you can you could buy a landowner tag, then yeah, but you're looking at an $11,000 tag.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Now, if you got a doe tag, which would only be a couple few points, I mean, you could kill one of those with a slingshot if you wanted. They're everywhere.
Wondering how Sam got a muley tag.
Because he's on Eastern Plains private land. Yeah, Eastern Plains private land, whole different ball game too. And like there's units 2 hours away that I could get a buck tag in every year if I wanted. But just my area here, the Gunnison Basin, has quality deer, and it takes a while to get a tag.
Gotcha. So
can you explain how the points work, since I have no clue on that issue?
Yeah. It's just for everything except moose, bighorn sheep, and mountain goat. It's literally just the more points you have, the more likely you are to get the tag. And you can look at statistics and say, okay, I have 3 points, and last year everybody that had 2 points and up drew the tag. And so you can basically figure out when you're going to draw tags. It's whoever has the most is going to draw that tag, and then it just works its way down. Whoever's got second most, third most, until you start getting into whatever point totals are iffy. Some guys will draw, some guys won't. But you can only accrue 1 point per species per year.
Yeah, so you're talking 15 years if you don't have any points for
Yep.
muley. Yep.
Yep.
It's a long time. Sounds like so we have near where our cabin is. They have a pretty good bear population, and you need 8 points to draw a bear tag here. So it's like 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to draw a bear tag. Whereas like where I live right here, I could probably go get one with 1 point or less, because we don't have any bear
Yeah.
here. So
Right. Yep. Like I'm sitting on 20 antelope points, 21, 20. I think 20. I've never drawn an antelope tag. I've put in 3 times in my entire life.
Really?
But I didn't draw this year. I got outdone by guys with 23 points or 22 points.
Man, that's crazy.
Wow.
So right now, basically, my points are worthless.
How many do you have? What do you want? How do you want to hunt?
Like just 3.
It depends. Again, it's all unit dependent. Around here, you still need another point or 2 to do an archery elk tag. You could you'd be right on the edge of a first rifle bull tag. You could get a cow tag for any season. But you go elsewhere in the state and that's more than enough to get a tag. So
I think it's this year it was my 3rd or 4th for elk, antelope, and
bear, right?
Mule deer.
Mule deer?
Yeah. So
because we were looking at when Tim was putting that elk hunt together a few years ago, didn't he say we put in for a point 1 year, and then the next year we were almost guaranteed to draw a tag?
I think that was up in what was it, 3 and 301 or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was way up north. Yeah.
Up north.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it just depends on the unit. Some units take decades to get points for and get enough points to get a tag in. Others you could draw every year, every other year. And it depends on season and bull or cow too.
Being out there for the species, I think my first is going to be the rifle, and then I'll work on archery after that.
So I'm avid archery, but like, yeah, you make a good point, Anthony. If we're able to come out next fall, I think definitely I'm probably going to bring a rifle because, who knows what will happen between then and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I want it to be mine, but who knows? That may be the only time I ever hunt out, if something happens or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So
isn't there a trick too, if you put it as a big group, somebody that has per se a lot of preference points, if you get drawed, your whole group gets drawed? Is that not true?
Yeah, but it works the opposite direction. So if you put in as a group, the low point is what draws. So if I were to put in right now, I've got 15 points and I put in with Anthony, who's got 3, it's his points that are the ones that's going to matter because they go off lowest points.
Okay.
So if he puts in for a 10-point unit, he's not going to draw.
Gotcha.
But if he put in for a 3-point unit and drew, I would burn 15 points on a 3-point unit.
Yeah.
Oh, so your points would go away too?
Yeah.
Yep. If you apply as a group and you draw as a group, whoever has whatever points, gone.
Heather, I need the charger.
Oh.
I don't know. The more you talk about this, I really don't like Colorado.
Yeah.
You'd hate Canada.
It's always interesting to hear you guys talk because like you've got bucks figured out and you're like, oh, I'll shoot a doe this week and a doe next week. And I've killed 5 deer and 2 elk in my entire life.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
I've put more clients on more deer and more elk than I've ever killed.
We do that every season.
Yeah.
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 If you want to make a trip to West Virginia, I currently have 95 crop damage tags I need to burn up, and I kind of get tired of shooting them.
Dude,
Come
on out,
yeah,
John.
I just talked to that farmer I was mentioning earlier about chopping his corn, and he just picked up another 20.
I'll tell you what, we're on our way.
Load up.
We're going to have a tent city in your backyard.
I I just slammed deprivation tags here in Indiana too, and now, well, might as well fill the freezer.
Yeah,
I was
I
talking to-
donate a ton of. There's a ton of people that just come pick it up.
There you go.
Yes,
It's kind of
where in
my
Indiana
it's
are
kind of
you?
my early season training for my dog because I got that blood tracking dog. So I'll here in the next couple weeks, especially it's like 50 degrees outside. I'll shoot one, let it lay overnight, and get her warmed up for season.
Pretty soon you won't need that.
Yeah.
No, in about a month I won't have to worry about warming her up.
Yeah.
Yes, where in Indiana are you?
Southeast Indiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My dad grew up in Dunkirk, just north of Muncie.
Oh yeah, no kidding. So
I live
I
in
grew
Dunkirk. What do
I
you
grew
mean?
up in
Okay.
Richmond. I'd been around Dunkirk before, but we went to Muncie all the time when I was actually my brother lives over in that area right now.
In fact,
Yeah,
he's got
nice.
Muncie stash on right now.
No, dude, it's nuts. You say your dad grew up there?
Yeah.
How in the hell did you end up in Colorado?
He moved out here
Oh, okay.
30 some years ago.
Lucky.
Gotcha. So you were born in Colorado then?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
My mom's from New Zealand, so it gets even weirder.
Oh yeah.
Red stag.
Interesting.
There's another fall obsession hunt.
So
Yeah, I'm working
brings
on that one
us up
too.
to our next
Yeah,
topic,
no kidding.
red stag.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I gotta get a few more details before I start throwing things at you guys, but I'm working on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I get that one, not you.
Hey, there's another one I was going to throw out there too, Todd. I know Fall Obsession, or I guess Texas Dirt, hosts that veteran hunt every year for down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a ranch here in Ohio that's just a couple hours away from me that hosts a veteran hog hunt, I think. I mean, it's all fenced in stuff that they've over the years, but if it's something they wanted to branch out with that veteran hunt on to extend additional offers, that might be something they need to look at.
For sure. Yeah. We should mention that to Sam because I know last year Waylon was too busy to host it and he had some things going on, so they couldn't they didn't do the veteran hunt last year. So
yeah,
but the
I
veteran
got an
hunt,
offer from my taxidermist is actually really good friends with the guy that runs this ranch, and he was looking for additional veterans to go on this hog hunt, and they've got all kinds of species out there that you can hunt.
right.
So I mean, if it's something that Fall Obsession just, I don't know. There goes the dogs. They're looking just to back people on. I mean, it's all fenced and stuff, but if it's an opportunity for a veteran and Fall Obsession wants to pay for it, then I mean, it'd be a good opportunity. I'll throw it to you on the side.
Yeah, and then we'll run it by Sam and see what he has to say too, because like I said, and for you guys that don't know about the veteran hunt, the last prior to last year, what we do is we do a veteran deer hunt. So we advertise it on our website and we throw it out on our socials, and we have veterans apply for it, and they write why it would be good for them to go on this hunt. And so they write a little paragraph, and then we go through and we pick who we think should we invite on this hunt. So it's kind of a cool little thing. It's only for veterans, but yeah, it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, if you could branch that out and start hosting it across the country, it'd be kind of interesting to see a lot more veterans get involved.
Yeah, for sure. But
we've got all these regional coordinators too, so we could, if there is something in that area that they'd be willing to host, then they can always slide in and be the face of Fall Obsession to do that. It's not like Sam's got to travel all across the country to host the hunt. So
no. What popped in my head real quick was you might have to be the host for that hunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like the deer hunt, for example, Waylon's the host for that deer hunt.
Right.
He happens to live in Texas, and Sam lives in Texas, so Sam goes over and hunts with them. You know what I mean?
Well, I didn't know if that took place on the Texas Dirt property or Waylon or whatever.
But Waylon's property, yeah.
Just additional opportunities. I mean, something to get veterans involved. I got the invite a couple of years ago for a couple of the veteran buddies I know out at that ranch. So it was an opportunity that I didn't get to expand on with those guys just because they didn't have the time. But if it's something you guys wanted to expand on, I mean, there's definitely plenty of lines here that we could all reach out to figure something out.
For sure, absolutely. Just use our resources. You were on Texas Dirt, right, this spring? Didn't you go on that?
Yeah, I was.
How was that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was good. Like I said, I I thought it was going to be a hog hunt through and through. It's what I drove down there for, but it turned into a turkey hunt real quick. So there was a couple of us that were obviously successful. I didn't get an opportunity at one, but I'll tell you, it was still a hunt of a lifetime.
Right.
It was beautiful. But,
and that's what I thought too. It was,
Chad and Nick tagged out, I believe, or I shouldn't say tagged out. They had plenty of tags left, but they both punched turkey tags. We did not see any hogs.
Really?
Which was, zero. There wasn't a single trail camera photo, nothing of hogs while we were down there. So and that was kind of the whole initiative.
Right. I went down a couple years ago to Sam's in July, and when we went on Texas dirt, hogs everywhere. There were hogs everywhere. No turkeys at all.
Right. And now it was crawling with turkeys. You would not believe it.
That's crazy.
It was definitely a fun hunt. Very, very different than what I expected it to be.
Okay.
Because even a couple weeks beforehand, I mean, we had a group chat and Sam sending us pictures of hogs left and right. You know, I had the rifles loaded up in the car. I was just like, well, here we go. Time to bang it out.
From this year or previous years?
No, it was like a couple
weeks. 2002. Look at this hog.
No, I mean, honestly, a couple weeks before we were going down there, and even the week leading up to. And then when we showed up there, you know, we kind of did a film edit of all of us sitting out at the camper, and he, you know, broadcasted everything. Was like, well, there ain't been a whole lot of hogs around. So I hope you guys got your turkey tags, because that's what we're going after. And I was like, all right, let's have at it. And I there wasn't a single sit that I was down there for that we did not see turkey.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, well, I shouldn't say all of us, I guess. I mean, there were a couple different sits. Me personally, there wasn't a sit down there that I did not see a turkey.
So you know what he sent me this week? He went out to dirt, I think last weekend actually, to start putting cameras, changing batteries, doing all that stuff. He found a couple of feeders that were knocked over. He showed me a picture of one camera that was all like melted as a Tacticam. It was like melted on the bottom. So
really?
It was like, it was like, it almost looked like the battery had leaked the acid and it just melted the plastic underneath it and corroded really bad.
Really?
But he said that he thinks his feeders were knocked over from people going and just like kind of protesting hunting and just knocking all this stuff over and vandalizing things. I'm like, really? A couple years ago, he had a guy that came through, just drove through in the middle of his property in the middle of hunting, who was not allowed to be on the property. So he had to chase that guy down.
Yeah, he told me about
really
that.
common here.
Road trip.
Is it? And then,
no kidding.
Did he tell you guys about that time where his dad's truck got stolen? Now, Texas dirt is way out BFE, right?
Yep.
And his dad.
He was telling me about that. Because I think his dad harvested a deer that morning.
Yes. And he went to go get his truck, and his truck was gone.
Yeah, it's just gone. Like, what?
Yeah.
Not funny, but
some dude stole this truck. And like I said, Texas dirt is way off the beaten path.
Oh,
is Texas dirt? Is it towards the
back here?
What's
that? Is it Texas dirt property? Is it towards the border?
North.
No.
Yeah. Breckenridge. Yeah.
No, I worked pipeline down way south of Texas, and they would give us a case or two of water every day to put on your tailgate of your truck. And as long as you had water out, your truck would not get messed with. If you didn't put water out, it would be vandalized to no end.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So many illegals come through that certain area that they would, as long as you had a case of water, you would come back and there would be no water left, but your every tool in your truck would be just fine.
Interesting. So this dude that stole his dad's truck just like robbed a bank or something.
Yeah, they found it in the next town over.
Yeah, he was running from the cops and ended up going way out, ended up on Texas dirt property, and hey, there's a truck sitting there. So and his dad left the keys in it, so he jumped in it, took off with it, and busted through a bunch of gates and fences and did a bunch of property damage, and they ended up catching the guy. Like they caught him in Oklahoma, I think. I think he ditched a truck, like you said, a couple of counties over, and then they ended up catching the dude in Oklahoma.
Didn't find any money in the truck, I guess.
Oh no, and his tools were all gone, and yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, empty gas tank.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So yeah, crazy.
People were idiots.
Yeah. We haven't had anything like that here, but I mean, the property is so close. We're literally right behind my house, and there's,
I've had a lot of people showing up on mine as of recently. I had to put a gate on one of them, and the other one, it's a gas well lead road all the way up into the back there. And
Yeah.
I've gotten a few different trucks showing up there. Like, come on, like you see the 1,400 posted signs on the way up the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, like, I don't know if it's just like they're looking to get high or they're just scoping things out. I don't know.
All them big bucks you got.
Yeah. They're looking at all of our content on Fall Obsession and seeing all the ready.
Yeah, kidding. Looks like you got to pay for another cell cam to put up there at the gate.
Stop.
Yeah.
We're going to be busy with all these road trips.
He's doing all the math and stuff in his head. Look at that.
That real shiny head.
Yeah.
I think we'll get a good one on the ground this year. Kessler's not going to be here, so it seems like every time he goes on the trips, nobody gets anything good, and then
I've been once, piss off, and that was by Todd's choice. He should have sat in the right stand. I don't want to hear it. Don't put that shit on me.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
You throw that shit at my boots.
That was Todd's fault.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Tell Anthony he's not allowed to bring any meat sticks with him this year, and I guarantee you there's plenty of deer crawling around. They ain't gotta smell it.
Nah, you can't smell them.
I was a quarter mile away and I heard him opening the wrappers.
He was
007.
No, that wasn't a meat stick wrapper that you heard. I was right underneath your stand.
Oh, good God. All right, so
he sent me a video. He's pulling up the rope and getting the good content, and next thing I know, he's pulling up the rope and there's a meat stick on it. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
Hey, that rope
Call it 007, $0, 0 does, and 7 meat sticks.
Yeah, there you go. That rope
I dropped it,
shit
so I had to
rated
pick it
for
up.
that kind of meat stick. So I got a question. Michael, did you say you saddle hunt?
Yeah, yep.
All right. So do you plan on saddle hunting out there at Ryan's place, or are you going to trust him enough to sit in his stands?
I'd like to saddle hunt just because I'm used to it now. I've had a lot of good luck, and I've shot a lot of deer out of hang-on stands, but I say it's like a saying I have. A lot of the times they catch you with your pants down, so you're sitting there, and the buck ends up being right in front of you.
Yeah.
And you have to stand up, grab your bow.
Yeah.
I like to just be ready already. All I got to do is grab, bow in hand and shoot. I don't have to make a bunch of movements, noise.
Well,
So even if he has his stand set up, I'll just throw my platform on the backside of wherever he has the stand set up.
Gotcha.
Go. I don't have to bring sticks. I just go up his sticks and ready to go.
And if you're gonna saddle hunt, I'd like to get you out on the bigger property 1 or 2 of those days in November, especially in a morning. If you're gonna hang, maybe around like the morning of the 2nd or something.
Yeah.
So you're coming in the earliest, I think, right? One of the days, or
I don't. When do we start? When are we starting? Like, what day do we all going to be there? And
The 28th or so, right?
yeah, what day would I mean? I don't know.
I will be there Thursday night because I'll take off right after school on Thursday, and then I'll get there.
Okay, yeah, so I could be there Thursday too. I'll just
I would
leave
just
work
definitely
and come straight up.
I would just definitely like to take you around quickly and just walk this. Let me just show you here. Put it on your map. Some of the other guys know the.
So Thursday's the 30th.
Could be a Tuesday then.
So Tuesday the 28th. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
I won't
So
get there Thursday. You guys, I think, are getting there on the 28th. I think Isaac said he was coming on the 28th as well.
So I could probably be there like Monday at like 6:30, and we could go. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it'll be getting dark by then, so we probably really won't be able to do it till the next morning. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
because if I leave work at 3, that's like 4 hours, right around that, maybe a little more to get there. So.
Yeah, I mean, we can wake up quickly in the morning, and I can just run you guys around kind of Hopefully we don't disturb the area too much, just to kind of give you the gist of everything. It's a half an hour at each location, and we
Okay.
could set up to hunt for the evening type of thing. Some of the other guys kind of already know, but they also haven't seen the upper property if they wanted to hunt up there. We only hunted at the lower one. But now that we're hitting November, I'm not even opposed to hunting on the upper side because we have it's like 140 acres, but it sits between 4,000 acres. There's like 2,000 on each side of state land. And what happens is a lot of times, as soon as that rut starts to kick off, then big bucks will cross the roads and head into our property, and you'll just catch these giant stragglers coming out of nowhere sometimes, and it's
Yep.
just like, whew, you're like, wow, where was he all year,
Yeah.
and I've seen it numerous times. I just
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to setting up or looking in the morning that next day, and then even just setting up at like noon, because I've had good action at 1 o'clock, 1:32.
Yeah.
It just depends
you-
on the area.
Are you allowed to use a tracking dog in New York?
So,
Yeah, it's called Anthony. It's called Anthony.
So after you're not allowed to use one, but if you shoot an animal, you can call what we have called deer search here. Like, let's say you can't find it.
What drone?
They can bring their no drone.
No drone.
No, I know a guy that has a drone.
I was gonna say, didn't you use a drone last year?
Not me. I don't know what you're talking about.
No.
We're live.
Well, that's a wrap, everybody. Let's just
Thanks,
Brian.
New York DNR is gonna be calling.
No.
Todd's out. He's not allowed to go.
So yeah, I mean,
This is not the conversation we're having.
And the thing is, in New York, you can't really use your own. You're not supposed to use your own dog. You're kind of supposed to call deer search. It's like this. It's free, but everybody tips them type of thing. But they get so overwhelmed. This is where my premise has come in. I don't want to talk about it, but this is why we're developing this product. And it's just got to the point where, I mean, day one, I'm telling you, I can't find my deer. I shot a deer. I need a dog.
Oh yeah.
Tracking dog. Where's the format? I'm like, it's not even an hour into day one. And did you even look for it? What time did you shoot it at? 4?
Yep.
I mean,
I do close to. I probably by the end of the season, because Ohio goes till end of February. I probably do 200 to 250 tracks a year.
Really?
In Ohio?
Between Ohio, West Virginia, and PA.
I love the.
I love the. What part of Ohio are you in?
Lawson, explain yours. Do you have people like call you and say, "Hey, I need a tracking dog"?
Oh yeah, like season opens up September 27th or 28th. I'll probably do 20 tracks the first weekend because nobody's touched their bow and they go out and shoot the first thing and they can't find it. It steals a lot of my time in the stand, but I don't know. I grew up running hounds and it's just kind of I just love having a dog in the woods. So
yeah,
I'll a lot of times I'll leave the woods and head to a track. It's become more of a passion almost. Just to, it's cool to have somebody call you and say I cannot find it and turn their day around.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
yeah, I spend a ton of time and not so much this northern part of West Virginia I do, but a lot of it's just per se locals or buddies. I spend more time in Ohio. Last year they legalized drones in Ohio, and this year they legalized them in West Virginia. So I see myself in PA more this year with tracking. But that's why I was wondering about New York. If you're only 4 hours and Mike has to call me, I didn't know if I could come up since I'm licensed to do it or not.
I won't need you. I'll just call you and you could guide me through it like you did Ohio last year. Found that deer. It was great.
I think you could. You probably just have to ask the DEC up here. I never really paid attention to those laws because I never had a need to. We were
right.
deer search. So, I mean, I don't. If you're licensed to, I mean, I wouldn't. But New York is wonky. They want licensing for everything.
Yeah, like if I go to Maryland, you have to have. I've done a few treks in Maryland. I go out I got a friend that lives on the coast, and I've went out with him before and done the Sika deer.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing you have to do is you have to have a license, just a regular hunting license for that state. Ohio, I can go track all I want and have no hunting license, and you don't have to carry per se a business license. West Virginia, you have to be a licensed outfitter. PA is the same way. All I got to do is buy a PA hunting license, and I can track all I want.
Yeah, but you have to buy the non-resident though in PA, right?
Yeah.
I do, yeah. It's the most affordable state I've ever been to.
Well,
Really?
of course, he's charging for that on the back end.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said he's charging for that on the back end. It
Oh
don't matter
yeah,
if it's resident or
I
non-resident.
cover all my non-resident tags by the opening weekend. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
And there's nothing wrong with that though either.
No, I mean I
you're
got I got a year's worth of per se maintenance and keeping of the dog and the cost of the dog, and
absolutely.
these guys call these drone companies. Last year I tracked behind a drone, located the deer, and I didn't charge the guy because the drone service was like $600.
Oof.
They called them early September, early October. It's too much foliage. Those drones are badass. I've been with a couple of guys that track with them, and they're unbelievable. But if there's a lot of heavy foliage, you can't see. I shoot thermal year round. You can't see through the woods.
Right.
Huh.
So
You know who has a drone company? Kendra does. She's got her own business.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So she had to go through aviation school and get an aviator's license.
Yeah.
I've heard that
They're
is
so
not
expensive.
cheap
I've veered away from the drones. You got your aviation license, and then you got to get the drone. A decent drone's $10,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can get those the Mavic 3s and then get the IRs with them for around $6. But the hardest thing is getting your license. That's no joke because you gotta learn everything that a pilot has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insane. And if you in West Virginia, they passed it this year, and if you get caught flying a drone as a recovery, source, and you don't have that, I think it's FC 107 or something like that.
It's the 107 now. They're coming out with the 108 now too.
Yeah, so if you get caught doing that as a service without that license, it's $36,000.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's insane. But there's so many little side laws, like in PA, if I go to PA, I'm not allowed to charge for my track on public land.
Oh, gotcha.
Really?
Private land I can. There's so many little nicks around it, and it's kind of a headache. But I track for, I don't know if you guys ever seen Long Spur tracking on Facebook anywhere.
Yeah.
That's who I track under.
A lot of guys that I know, they use their dogs to track. They don't even charge. I mean, they do the same thing, ask for donations.
Yeah.
For that reason.
Yep.
Well, I have to say I'm sorry now. So
on the bright side, Todd will sit in the wrong stand, so it's not like he's gonna shoot it
Todd
anyway.
ain't shooting.
Takes care of that. No fines here.
might as well just leave your arrows right at home.
I'll have myself in a food coma. I'll be passed out.
It looks like we got Drew in here. Drew,
Drew,
how
what's
you
up? I just noticed that too.
What's happening, guys? Hey, I had a overlap on my calendar, but I'm here to jump on at the end just to say hi and see how it's going with you guys.
No
Going
problem.
good.
Yeah.
How's Minnesota?
Driving.
How's Minnesota? It's good. Yeah.
Dude, so middle school day, I hear what happened in Minnesota today, Minneapolis.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pretty wild.
That was really wild. Oh my gosh.
I was talking to a guy at church about that earlier. That's something.
Yeah. I happened to be walking down the hall, and our security guy was like, "Todd, come here, check this out." And so they had a feed going in the security office, and he was showing me everything that was going on there. I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people.
How close are you to that, Drew?
I'm a few miles away, but I know people who live a couple blocks from the school, like literally.
Oh, wow.
Then a couple blocks on.
I wasn't sure what part of Minnesota you're from. That's crazy.
Yeah, pretty close by.
Mm-hmm. So we were talking about Texas. Were you on here when we were talking about the Texas dirt hunt?
I was not, no.
Okay, so Kess was giving his how his opportunities and the hunt. Did you have opportunities when you were there? Did you see a lot? Did you see any hogs? What did you see?
I had a chance, I think, maybe at a pretty fat raccoon, and that's about the best I had. And
But he was in a completely different realm too. He was bow hunting the entire time. So I will 100% give kudos to the man for even attempting what he had going on.
yep,
It wasn't
and
a matter of hours after we left, though. The same stand he was set on, there were longbeards running, not hours afterward.
Oh, really?
that's how it always happens, though.
Sam was scaring him all the way, and as soon as Drew left, he let him go.
Yeah, right.
Had him in the pen, open the gate up.
Sam had some other secret feeder he'd been running for a while to keep him on the other side of the fence or the ranch.
Hey, boys, I'm going to hop off.
Yeah, I got to bounce too.
Yeah. See you, shiny head.
Bye.
He was talking to
Yeah,
Anthony.
mucho, amigo.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys.
All right, buddy. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.
See ya. So good. Did you hear about the Colorado hunt, the elk hunt we're talking about too, Drew?
I've not heard about that yet.
Man, John was really doing a good job of selling that hunt.
Okay.
He was saying in his area next year that he's anticipating having over-the-counter tags for third rifle season, which is November 7th through November 15th. And it's just a matter of, getting your tag, pitching in for a house, VRBO, stuff like that, and then your travel getting there. And so we were already kind of talking about when we could take off and all that stuff. So yeah, he was doing a good job of selling it.
Yeah.
He said you can use a rifle or an archery. They said obviously your chances increase with rifle, especially at that point of the season, being third.
Yeah.
But it's not. He said you could actually carry your bow and strap a rifle to your back, and if you can't get it within bow range, then you always just switch the rifle. I'm like, interesting.
A lot of states don't allow you to double weapon like that.
Really?
I know, like in West Virginia, even if it's gun season, if you wanted to go out for, rifle, and you're like, well, I'm gonna take my bow just in case the buck I've been hunting comes in bow range, and you can't have two types of weapons with you.
Okay.
New York is the same way.
Yeah.
He also said it's not out of the possibility you could see a herd of 400 elk, and he said if you could get a cow tag, you're almost guaranteed an opportunity. Like, oh man. So anyway,
you're thinking about getting that cow mounted, aren't you?
Yeah.
Not mounted, but the size of my freezer needs to expand.
Exactly. I'm thinking about getting that meat.
You wouldn't have enough room at that point. I mean, that's some meat.
Right. But that would be good meat.
Yeah, you could donate it. I could use a little bit.
Oh, listen to you.
I've seen the size of your deer up there. They're like mini elk.
Yeah, some of them are, but I keep that quiet. I don't. New York is one of those sleeper states that just down the road and here there's some pockets, man, and there's some big ones. You think mine are decent, but some of these big ones, man, I'm like, oh my God, where did he find that?
Right.
He's starting to sound like the guy on Hunt the Public. Yeah, so I'll let him pass.
Yeah.
That deer's got 30 points.
160 class 12 point. I let him pass.
I'll let him pass. I think he'll come back.
I mean,
next
I
year.
try to hone in on one deer, and I put all my energy into that one animal. Like that 12, like that's why I don't want anybody to shoot him. That's like the one I'm going at. Like that's, the other 8s and 10s, they can do whatever I'm passing them. I just hone in on one, and I try to, because I feel like when you can outsmart, you feel like a different type of hunter when you can outsmart that animal on a consistent basis. Right. So it gives me new meaning to hunting, because like I've been doing hunting 33 years. Like I said, I've seen a lot of things, done a lot of things, been hunting since I was a kid. You guys have too. So at the end of the day, I look for new levels. Like what can I do to keep that interesting, that vibe?
You
They're
outsmart that
young
3.5-year-old, you're pretty good. You outsmart the 7-year-old, you're doing a whole different ball game.
Mhm.
Yep.
Last year he was 7.5. The one I took last year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ryan, do the deer get very old there? We've had a few aged here around 12 to 13.
Wow.
That's very old. I think, I mean, some have been 8 years old. Maybe I think the highest like I've seen is maybe like 11, but not nowhere near me.
Yeah, our ecosystems are pretty similar. So I was just wondering if you see old deer like that too.
It's weird because some of these bucks, you just wonder, where they held up for all that time. And, you'll have a guy on a trail cam, like, look at this buck. Like not last year, the year before, we hunted some state land up by our property too, because I said there's a ton of state land up there. And when I was a kid, there'd be 40 cars up there hunting. Now it's like desolate, like, but a guy had a trail cam and he's like, I got this buck. I got this buck. And I'm like, well, I was like, let me see it. He's like, no, I didn't shoot it. I have it on camera. So he showed me this picture he had of this buck. And I think it was like 37 points. And I'm like, dude, where was that? Oh man, down in the creek bottom by the apple orchard in the gully and blah, blah, blah. It was like a mile from the road. Nobody ever got the deer. I mean, it probably died of old age. It's just, there's these bucks that are in these pockets that, I mean, the biggest one I've ever seen, I seen two. I seen one that was a 17 point and I couldn't get a shot at him. And he was up off of Meadows Road in our county here. And the odd thing about that is the biggest buck I seen is on the same road, but north headed toward Forestville. We went spotlighting one night. This deer, I'm gonna say it was over 40 points. It was astronomical. There was five of us in the Jeep and we were spotlighting and we hit this one corner and came down Meadows Road and there was like this big field and I just happened to like glance over to the tall grass with the spotlight. And when I hit it, all I could see was antlers. It stood up so quick and it shot back toward 83. So I spun the truck around, went back, hit it to the top of the hill, and it seen us. And right at the top, it spun back around and went back to where it came. So I did the same thing. And as I did that, we met it right in the road. And as the deer crossed the road, it turned. And when it turned, the rack was wider than half of the Jeep. And my buddies were all you could hear was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and everybody's counting like, and it had this huge drop time like this big coming off its one side. It was disgusting. It was just, I got to like 32, 33 before it ran down into the gully there and took off. And it's just something about non-typicals in this one area up there. I don't know. It was ginormous. That is the biggest deer I've ever seen. And a couple of my friends still live in the area. And every time I see my buddy, he's a school teacher, Bobby. I'm like, hey, remember that buck? He's like, I can't forget it. I can't forget it. Like I told you to hit it. I was like, I'm not gonna hit it. I had a brand new truck.
That's almost worth totaling a
Probably
vehicle.
still
out.
did.
Full coverage. Full
That's what
coverage.
insurance is for.
I
fellas.
I probably
Yep.
regret it because when I tell the story, people are like, yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
But you know what? I had a firefighter, I had a teacher, I had a couple guys with me that a UPS driver. They're all good dudes. They're not, and it's just it's crazy. I just to think back to that. I mean, you're talking, 15, 18 years ago, but yeah, there's a lot of non-typicals up in the area. And the state land we have, it's like nobody's hunting it. No, I was almost going to say get the team together just to come hunt the state land up here. I mean, during bow season, it's desolate. It's like, I mean, you'll see one or two or three trucks, and it's like, okay, why is nobody even hunting? I just feel like people have given up. Even gun season, it's kind of like opening day, 1 or 2 days. Maybe you'll get 15 cars up there, maybe something like that. But it's nothing, it's not crazy. It's really weird.
Did you try to did you process that 7-year-old that you shot last year?
No.
Okay, I was wondering how tough the meat was.
I tried to, but it was spoiled because it took me a little bit to find it.
Okay.
Remember? So
yeah.
it took me like 6 hours to find it, and it was too warm that on Halloween last year, near Halloween, but ended up getting bad, and it was just unfortunate, but you do what you can do, and that's why I said I'm not going to let that happen to me ever again.
Right,
That's why I'm going the direction I'm going.
with your product.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I'm about to try to change the game for everybody if I can. That's my goal. I mean, it is what it is, but I don't know. New York is just a sleeper state, man. It's just it's weird. One guy, he got like 180-inch down the road, probably 20 minutes, headed toward like Buffalo. There's just these little pockets that's like you wouldn't even believe, and a lot of it is the suburban deer. Like it's not even like these deer just my God. We got a guy that his name's Bob. He lives down by the old NRG plant, right along the lake. Right, I mean literally along the lake, and he photos these deer all year, and like they're ginormous. They're Coke cans. They're just what he called them crazy horn. I think it was 19 points or something. But I think the deer died finally.
Right.
But they were like in the NRG building, and he like in the plant, they would just live in the fence, and they're ginormous. It's like, but that's what these deer do. They get close to like society where people can't hunt them, and they grow to astronomical sizes, especially because we have like huge grape numbers. Like Western New York is actually the largest producer of grapes besides California. Like they're number one, we're number two. So like the deer up here, if you've got some good grape country, good grape areas to hunt, forget it. It's like shooting,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's like 20 wineries within, I don't know, 15 miles from where I'm at right now. So it's
Where are you at?
all valley, Nova Scotia. So I'm like central Nova Scotia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all valley wineries, farms. It's the same thing. It's just pockets of just ridiculously big deer, and then everywhere else is all small deer if you could find them at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the large ones have learned that this is my area, and I'm going to stick to it no matter what. And I've almost seen where does go to these big bucks. It's not the big bucks having to travel. It's the does going to the big bucks core areas because they know that's where he's at to breed with him. It's almost backwards. So I don't know if you've ever seen that. But we've seen.
Yeah, where I'm hunting, it's a peninsula surrounded by a river, and there's like one bridge to get across. And the river is quite deep, so the deer use the bridge, and you'll never see a buck on the bridge. It's always does.
Yeah.
Except for one night, I almost hit my target buck last year. But normally you'll see like 10 or 12 does all together just crossing the bridge.
Yeah. So they're
That's how it is. You get close to like Pittsburgh, you just get giants like in Fox Chapel, and people get online. They're posting these pictures of these 190-inch deer, and they're just living in the backyard.
Right.
Yep.
So Drew and Sam, when John was talking about the elk hunt, he said the third rifle, you're going to see the elk. The biggest challenge is they come so far down from the mountains at that point that they're in subdivisions and they're in right next to the houses. So it's not that you're not getting opportunities because you're not seeing them. You're not getting opportunities because if you shoot, you might hit a house or a car or something like that.
Now, see, what would be really good is if he could figure out where their pattern was. And let's say you're coming down in a guy's private area, go speak to him and say, hey, can we go over there and see if that, we're so-and-so. We're not just, Joe Schmo. We're this and this is what we do. And we're wondering, we see the elk coming down. We've patterned them, blah, blah, blah. Can we hunt this section because they're coming through private?
Right.
And it might, pay off if he would do something like that. But
yeah. It's very interesting, though.
It's different all over the place, though. Like he says, like somebody was saying, you guys hunt these deer. I've only shot 5.
Yeah,
I did that the first 2 years I hunted. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely. I can shoot 5 in a year, no question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's different everywhere, but he probably has very big woods too. Like we have smaller urban pockets, and he might just. I guess it depends where you're hunting. I mean,
have you guys seen any problem with EHD this year anywhere you're at?
I haven't yet, but I'm kind of surprised by that because we had a really hot summer. We had the 4th warmest summer in our history since they started keeping track. It was really hot this summer, and we were in drought. We just started getting rain like last week. All summer, we went probably 2 months with no rain at all.
Yeah.
I know Southern Ohio is just getting hammered. I mean, they're dissipated.
I've seen a lot Southeast Indiana and Southern Ohio. It's pretty bad. I haven't seen it personally on any of my properties yet, but everything I'm reading online, it's terrible.
Yeah, nothing's made its way north up here, but I know like Meigs County, which is right on the river there between West Virginia and Ohio. It's unbelievable. I get a video every day of a deer. Just it's sad what it is, but
yeah, it's very sad.
We've got some big breakouts of the human papilloma on the deer. So a lot of guys are having that. Like I even have one or two that have hit my farm where they've got all these big things like tumors. Like
yeah, you said
deer
right?
warts.
I think actually Drew was on that set. It looks like what you had mentioned.
Yeah, so I like read up on it and I was, learning more and more like that's what it is. And I'm finding out that more people are having outbreaks of that up here, which is, I don't know, weird. And another weird thing is the last, I don't know how many years in a row, we've had big tick issues like in my one region. And this year it's like none. Like I haven't had any. Like it's really weird. Like I don't know.
We had bad ticks early in the summer. I think we actually talked about it one of our gatherings. I don't remember if it was a campfire chat or what it was, but man, I was pulling like 3 off a day. It was crazy. But then all of a sudden it just stopped where I didn't even see another tick the rest of the summer. And, but watching, I just jinx myself. I'll go out hunting and we get covered in ticks. But no, in the last few weeks, I've been working out in the horse pasture because we have like Houdini horses that like to escape every pen we put them in. But we've been out working
because of the deer.
Yeah, working religiously in our horse pastures, tall grass, no ticks, no bugs, nothing. But like I said, beginning of summer, man, I was pulling them off like crazy.
Just get you some permethrin and soak down in it.
I think that's part of it. I had permethrin that I sprayed all over about halfway through the summer, and then I didn't see another. So I don't know if that's part of it or what, But I also know that other people were saying the same thing. They hadn't seen a tick in a while,
Yeah.
So,
which is good. Knock on wood.
Yeah. Yep. And now it's getting cooler. It was in the 40s last night. It's supposed to be in the 40s again tonight. Not that kills them off, but it is getting cooler out. So
we finally had some showers like last week, and they're supposed to get like a whole day of rain tomorrow, which is good because my plots need it. The lower plots are just starting to finally do good, and I put those in the first week of August, so it's been struggle, but now the upper plots like they're doing great. So that's why I like another reason about the product. We're the only ones, like not just us, but hunters. We do all of this stuff and spend all of this money, and there's no guarantee at the end.
Ever. Yeah.
Ever. Like, you can even shoot the animal and there's no guarantee. Like, we don't have that stamp of approval to, find it or get it or.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. It really
is. It blows my mind how we've all been there. You think you made the perfect shot and you lose the deer. I got to I started tracking 3 years ago, and I've got the experience with everybody. It's unbelievable how strong a white-tailed deer is.
Yeah.
But then you go to a caged deer, that like a deer farm, they literally fight 365 to keep the deer alive. Yeah. I mean, it's just any little mishap, it just throws them into a whole tizzy of just, I have a buddy, he'll go through, his does might just get up in a roar and he'll lose 5 does overnight. But you go out to hunt one and you make just a marginal shot or shoot a little high or shoulder shot, and you see him 2 days later and he's just carrying it on like he's a Viking. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. I had one a couple years ago, a nice big buck I shot on our property back here. Actually shot him twice, and it was within a week of each other. First time he came out was right at last light, and I looked, man, that's a huge buck, and he was right below me at like 10 yards. So I shot, and I thought I drilled him, but I went down there and couldn't find a single drop of blood, and I couldn't find anything. So I'm like, man, did I just totally whip? But I couldn't find my arrow either. Totally whip on the shot. Well, a week later, he came out again, this time at 5 yards, and I ended up shooting him and killing him. And so when I was field dressing him, like, what is this? There's a bunch of pus inside. I'm like, what is this? I go, this is the exact same buck that I shot. What happened was I ended up center punching the one lung. So
Yep.
the right lung I center punch, and it didn't go all the way through the second one, but it sliced the bottom lobe of the second lung and stuck in the hide. But he lived when I shot him, he came busting out of the brush, grunting and coming after does, and just like he was
Yeah,
never.
unless
Yeah.
in my last 3 years, unless you get out of your stand and literally chase down a single lung shot deer, he's not gonna die.
Yeah, that was
No.
crazy.
Really?
Single lung, not gonna happen. It's wild. I tracked a deer in Moundsville, which is like not far from us, but extreme different terrain as far as mountainous. And a
Yeah.
guy called me. His daughter shot a deer with a 22 250. I show up and it's like the perfect dream, pink foamy blood.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, man, how can you not find this deer? Well, I put my dog on it. We were there for 5-6 hours. I don't know. And I could not find anything. I mean, she just lost track, had no interest. I wound up telling the dude, I'm not accepting payment. Like, I kind of felt like I let him down.
Right.
I get home, I go to work. He calls me 8 o'clock in the morning. He's like, you're never going to guess what I found. And I was like, well, I kind of figure you found your deer. You see pink foam blood. He's like, yeah, we did. And I'm like, I'm sorry, buddy. He's like, I said, I did what I could. He's like, no, my daughter shot it again this morning.
Oh,
Single lung with a 22 250, and it came back to the feeder the very next morning.
No kidding.
Jeez. Kind of goes back to when I talked to Marissa, we were on my couch chat, when we had a couch chat, we were talking about how, deer get spooked, right? But if they get spooked by things they're used to, like a farm tractor, for example, they run out of the field. And when I was in my earlier years of hunting, I thought, oh, that's it. I'll never see that deer ever again. You know what I mean? But then you realize with the more experience, they're going to come back. They're used to that factor. They're used to those sounds. Even when you make noise in the stand, I've had deer make noise, bust me, but come walking towards me because they're curious and they can't figure, you know what I mean? So it's not
I'm a big believer in that bump and hunt.
Yeah.
Going in an area, you bump a deer, hang the stand and hunt it.
Yep. Because
unless you just sure enough just blew him out of the country, he has no idea.
Right.
It was his core area for a reason,
Have you ever made a mock scrape and peed on it yourself?
I have.
All
So
the time.
our podcast, me and Mike do. We actually just talked about that. Growing up, I feel like every scrape we walked by, my dad would pee in it.
Okay.
And I just, I found it like, I don't know, crazy. So as I grew up, you obviously kind of do whatever you were taught growing up. So I would pee in a scrape. Well,
Right.
I don't know, maybe in the last 5 years, I found out why it actually works.
Right.
So human urine, your scent leaves in like 20 minutes.
Yep.
But your urine is like 80% H2O.
Right. So
all you're doing is reactivating their scent.
It's water and ammonia, just like theirs are. I mean, it's pee, but it's different. It's a different smell in that they know it's not theirs.
Right.
So, like some of the research I've done, the thought is that it triggers them that there's another buck in the area now making working my scrape. So now they become more active. And so, dude, there was one time I'm like, I got to pee on a scrape, but I can't pee. So I started just guzzling water at work. Oh my God. I had to pee so bad. And I'm like, he's got to end. I got to get home.
Yeah. I started like, if I carry a gallon of water, I'll pour it in there. And it seems to almost do the same thing. Like I'm, if you get a light rain or a decent rain and it's going to end before the evening.
Yeah.
I'll sit in the stand for 30 minutes and get soaking wet. Cause it just seems like when that rain ends, they're headed to those scrapes.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I see a lot of bucks get back up on their feet after it rains like that.
Absolutely.
They gotta
Most of my pictures on scrapes are in the rain. Now that you think of it, now that you say that.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a I think I use the phrase, I was raised around beef cattle, so in the morning, if you go out and check your cattle, the first thing that bull does is curls his lips and goes to every cow and smells. He's finding out who's in heat, who isn't. It's almost like that buck knows when it rains that his territory is not marked right, and the doe's gonna come work it. It's almost like a natural instinct. They got to work it immediately.
Yeah. Did your area recover pretty well, Brad, from the hurricane, Bradley?
I haven't even been to where the spot that I lost. From what I've seen on Google Maps, it's still flat. So
Gotcha.
I'm just hunting a whole different area now.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Wasn't even worth it. I couldn't even get to it for 3 or 4 months because the roads washed out. So
Wow.
Where are you at, Bradley?
Nova Scotia.
I'm kind of illiterate.
East Coast of Canada.
Oh, okay. Way
Yeah.
up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
We
So
can hunt.
yeah.
Yeah, Bradley's
Yeah.
setting up a moose hunt for us.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of time in North Carolina last year with that hurricane. I didn't know if it was the same thing or not.
It's we get the same weather cells pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it all usually blows up through and then goes up the bay and pushes off of us. So we didn't get anything as bad as they did last year, but a few years ago we got a pretty bad one.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Hey, Lawson, Todd was asking about the bear hunt,
Yeah.
when it was. Do you want to explain to him a little bit about that? I couldn't remember what the dates were you said.
So in West Virginia, you want to go. So my buddy runs bear dogs. You can train year round, and then they have a season. But so he bought a slingshot last year because they're so overran with bears. He made a game of shooting bears with slingshots to make them leave his deer stand. So I've been talking to him, and it's going to be early bow season, which comes into September. So I'm hoping within those first 3 weeks of season, we're going to head down. And he sends me a picture every day, and it's kind of a bucket list hunt. I've been bear hunting with a dog, and treed several bears. I just don't have a lot of interest in shooting one out of a tree.
Oh, gotcha.
I kind of feel like I'm shooting a monster coon, and I've shot plenty of those. But shooting one of my bows kind of been a bucket list, kind of like the elk. I'm just scared to do elk because I think I'll go bankrupt. I think I might have to quit my job. But we're headed down as soon as he tells me he's got. I'll send you some pictures, Todd, of the bear he's been sending me. But once he kind of gets it patterned, I'm headed down, drop of a bucket kind of deal, and hunting the weekend. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty excited about it. I've kind of got me back into really wanting to shoot my bow. Growing up, I shot nonstop, and I just kind of got in the habit of just making sure it's sighted in before bow season. But
yeah,
I've been shooting quite a bit. We're shooting out of a ground blind, so I'm a little nervous about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, looking forward to it. Mike's gonna come down and video. So.
Yeah, he said that he was going to video. He said you got to shoot yours within the first day so he can shoot one.
Absolutely, that guy's like he said he can come down. He said just tell him to bring a bow.
Yeah,
yep, that's what I'm hoping for. I've never shot a bear either, so
yeah.
I know Anthony was working on a bear hunt in PA, but he last time he talked about it, it didn't sound too favorable anymore.
I think he said his uncle had some problems or something like that. He was saying where they wanted to stay, or
yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think that one's kind of been nixed. So
PA is like I said, to me, it's the most affordable non-resident place to go. I mean, it's $120 and you can hunt all year. But their laws are, in my opinion, written to get you in trouble.
Gotcha.
It's a nightmare waiting to happen. As it seems like, if I track a deer, so in West Virginia, if I track a deer and I come up, because when my dog gets on a track, you're not going to keep up with me. I mean, you can try, but in the dark, it's a nightmare. But if I come up in the deer and it's still alive, I'm licensed to dispatch it.
Right.
In PA, I had to sit there and watch a deer and call the game warden and get permission.
Oh, wow.
So like last year, a friend of mine and Mike's, he shot one on a property I hunt. He called me. I told him to back out. We went there, I think it was like, say, 8 hours later, and the buck was still in his first bed. I go up to him. I'm watching him. I'm on the phone with the game warden. It's midnight. He's like, well, try to use your bow and put him down. I said, it's dark and midnight. And so the deer jumps up and it's crashing everywhere. I call him back and he says, you still got to use your bow to put him down. Like in West Virginia, I can use my handgun, something protective. I can't just go out and see a deer laying down 100 yards away,
Right.
But it's almost a nightmare, but I guess the hoops you got to jump through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So New York's actually pretty affordable as well. I guess my thought was, I wonder what the most expensive state is. Sounds like Colorado.
Well, it hasn't passed yet, but Ohio is bumping up there close to Kansas tags.
Oh, really?
I think last time I looked, now I could be very wrong, but last time I looked, Kansas was like 460,
Oh, okay.
somewhere in that range. But
In Iowa, I wonder what Iowa is. I know. So I hunted in Illinois, and I drew for one of the muzzleloading seasons. I can't remember, but it was like a 3 or 4 day season. And I paid like $440 for a tag.
yeah, I think I seen where it passed. I don't know all your steps you got through, like if it's the House and the Senate or whatever. But Ohio passed where their tag non-resident was going to be $299 for a deer tag and $199 for the hunting license. So you're bumping $400 for one deer.
Gotcha.
Which is just wild to me. I don't. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Especially if you like me, I hunt a lot of public land. That's just we're over, and I hate to even say it, we're overrun with Amish, and they just come in the mounds full. I mean, you could be in public land and see 50 people.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why in Ohio, I have some cameras out too. It's Jefferson or Harrison County.
Yeah.
Is where we're at. Yes, I was trying to answer that question earlier, but you asked where we're at in Ohio, but
Yeah.
I haven't bought my license yet. I'm not going to buy it until if I don't see something that's worth
You gotta
shooting
know
or
there's
wasting my time,
something.
because that's $500
Yeah.
on the ground.
I'm
And
saying
I just, you know what I mean? You can't do that. It's just too
Yeah.
much money.
I had a private land 2 years ago, and I shot the biggest deer in the farm, and they decided they were going to let family hunt.
It's usually how it
Always
goes.
I've been there
Yeah.
before.
I'll even show it to you because I'm pretty proud of it. Get my kids' toys off of it.
I had that one a few years back. We had myself, my uncle, and my cousin all shot
Oh, yeah.
between 130, 150 inch deer within a year and a half span. And then the guy that managed the property, he didn't really own it, but he had the only easement for the farmer to farm it.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Hey, you guys are shooting too many deer out here." It's like, "Yeah, but we're shooting mature bucks." I mean, all three of those deer were literally taken out of the same stand within a year's time span. He was like, "Yeah, but you guys are shooting too many deer. My kids ain't got an opportunity at it." And then, the last 3 years, him and his kids have been shooting, a 1.5-year-old, all kinds of does, 2.5-year-olds. It's like, you guys ain't shot a mature buck off that property yet, based off of what we're doing, and now we can't hunt it.
Yeah, exactly.
We were only hunting, a small, maybe 20-acre parcel of that 100-acre property.
But
So
you
it's like
found where the big ones were. That guy told me,
Exactly.
he says, I was mowing like 3 acres for permission to hunt 60 acres.
Yeah,
and I was
right.
driving like 45 minutes to mow it, keep it mowed. He's like, we really don't have any big deer here. And I found this one early on, and
You were like, let me tell you something, buddy.
yeah, and
That's one of
I
those-
messed up. I sent him the pictures of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now when I went out there, there's like 12 stands, and I shot him, and he came in chasing a doe, and I seen one fence post, and I ranged it so many times I don't know how the fence posts don't have a laser mark in it, just burning it down. And when I drew on him, it was wide open white oaks. So I had to draw early, and all I could see was that fence post. I put the 30-yard pin, and thank God I hunt high because he was only like 22 yards, and I hit him high. But I called him. I'm like, hey, I hit him, but I hit him in the liver. Like, I'm going to let him lay. He's like, well, I wanted to hunt tonight. I'm like, well, I'll come back at midnight. I'll let you hunt. I said, he's not going to get more dead, but I said, if I jump him, he's going to get a lot more alive,
Yeah.
I found him. And it was like within 3 or 4 days, he's like, "Hey, man, I don't think this is going to work out."
Yeah. Well, that's the tough part about sharing information. Jealousy gets the best of all of us.
Oh, absolutely.
Instead of being friendly and understanding that we're all on the same path and trying to be conservationists, you get a lot of folks that are more in tune with trying to keep up with the Joneses and make sure that their scorecard stays higher than yours. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
we're all on the same page.
They want to see themselves succeed more than you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Well, and that's
I
where
lost the
a lot of
PA
ground
farm this
policing
year.
and
The guy that
too.
never hunted in the last 3 years, and my buddy that got me on the place seen a absolute giant in July, and he's like, "Yeah, the owner's gonna hunt this year."
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not even sure that he actually owns a gun or a bow, so he had to go buy everything just a chance of shooting at a. I'm gonna say it's close to 200-inch class deer, but
Yeah, you bet your ass he'll borrow a
whatever it takes. Yeah.
So my question is, when you go to these properties, right? Where have you guys seen where are you finding these big bucks?
Yeah, I had that same question. It's a good question. What do you look for to find the big bucks?
Properties that have never been hunted before.
Well,
I have two
yeah.
of them this year, and those are the biggest deer that I've ever seen in my entire life. I sent Todd one of the ones.
That's a big one.
For the content.
You know, I almost want to say you look at the obvious that people want to avoid.
Yeah. Places
You know,
where no one else wants to go.
I'm a big. So I spent 10 years surveying for pipeline. So I learned to read a topo map, and that's helped me kill more deer or find more bedding or more transition areas than anything ever has before.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, from a flatland standpoint, the best thing I've found is the thickest shit you could find that you could not imagine somebody walking through, where people will tell you you're absolutely stupid for even wanting to think about hunting that. Get on the edge of it and sit.
Well, lots of those. I called him the other day. Took me 2.5 hours to cut a trail just to walk into a spot that I have pretty close to my house. And he said, no one else is going to go there, so good luck.
Right. The one I shot 2 years ago, which is 140 class inch deer, and he wasn't even the biggest one out there. I mean, to get to that stand, I'm crawling on my hands and knees for a half a mile straight up a hill.
Yeah.
You can't get to it. It's thick as shit. But as soon as you get to the top of that hill, it opens up just enough that you park your ass right there on the edge of all that thick stuff. They're going to pop their heads out, especially in early rut. Once they get a little bit curious and wanting to chase out and around the does, you don't need to get into their bedding area and peek around and stuff. Set some cameras on the outskirts, find out what they're doing, get in there and get it done and get it out.
And by nature, whitetails are edge animals anyways, They're gonna stay in that brush, but they're edge travelers. I use I don't know what mapping system you guys use, but I use Spartan. I don't know if you guys have any knowledge with that, but it's become one of my favorites because you can go through so many different timelines, like as far as tree process, fall, spring, summer, and it also shows you clear cuts that are registered because state of Ohio, PA, and West Virginia, they have to register when they're doing timber, and that all gets put on that map. So you can go in there and see clear cuts. You can go in there and really, elevate your topo maps, and so it shows you benches. You can go vertical with a 3D map, and you can see that perfect bench or that perfect saddle or. And I started using LiDAR a lot too, Ryan. That's another thing that really stuck out to me was those hidden pockets on a hillside.
Yeah.
You use that LiDAR. It's kind of like a shadowed part of a map, and it shows you. You see a big hillside, and you see one little pocket. It seems like that really draws a big deer to hide out in the open.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like the muleys out west. They're all in the nooks and crannies of the canyons, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I use Onyx, and they have a feature now that you can have the 3D, and when you scale it up, it'll
Yeah, the only reason I left Onyx and went to Spartan one is because I got through that long spur. They sponsored us last year, so I got a kind of free trial for it. But it's also $59 for all 50 states.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, you can't beat that in comparison.
No,
Hey guys, I hate to run. I got to jump off.
Well, I'm not far.
I'm gonna take off too.
It's getting late, and I'm sure the YouTubers are getting live. So
Ryan muted his video. He didn't want us to see him as jammies.
he's already eating his ice cream before bed.
I should.
That's why
we even get to see Mike do dishes.
Yeah.
Cutting lettuce,
We're making salad
making
for
salad.
my dad's funeral tomorrow.
Nice.
Did you say y'all are having a cookout tomorrow? We should all
No,
come.
no.
Yeah, what time? Oh, wait, I got a football game tomorrow. Never mind.
All right. Well, y'all take care. It was good
Yeah.
to catch up with everyone.
Good catching
Yeah,
up with
we'll
you
see
guys.
you, Kev.
Yeah, we'll talk
Y'all
to you
take
later.
it easy.
Yeah.